Batting practice is over and the ground crew is getting the field ready. It's time for the On Deck Circle, a comprehensive look at the Salt Lake Stingers and the Pacific Coast League. Now, to get you ready for today's game, here's the voice of the Stingers, Steve Krauke.
Good evening to you, and welcome to the On Deck Circle prior to the start of today's game between the Stingers and the New Orleans Zephyrs. Steve Krauke with you here on a typically hot and humid night here in New Orleans as the Stingers open up a 4-game series against the New Orleans Zephyrs, the AAA affiliate of the Houston Astros. The Stingers trying to avoid setting a franchise record tonight. Never before has the Buzz or the Stingers ever lost 7 in a row overall or 7 in a row at home. They'll try to avoid that streak with a win tonight. The pitching matchup for the Stingers, it'll be right-hander Brandon Emanuel with a record of 0-2. He's coming back to Louisiana where he played his collegiate baseball at Northwest Louisiana State. And for the New Orleans Zephyrs, it'll be right-hander Chris Enoch, who has a record of 1-4. Our guest in the On-Deck Circle, former Taylorsville High School star catcher, and now the catcher for the New Orleans Zephyrs and one of the top prospects in the Houston Astros organization. John Buck will be our guest after this on ESPN 1230.
Why are we turning here?
To look at used cars.
I thought we were going to Gus Paulus.
We are.
Gus is in West Valley City. This is Jordan Landing.
Right.
Did I miss something?
He's growing.
Who's growing?
Gus.
Growing? At his age? Imagine that. No more short jokes, no more booster seats at restaurants, no more ads with half a head.
Huh?
Oh, man, Gus is finally growing. And if he can grow, maybe we can all grow.
Oh.
This is a sign. It gives the world new hope.
Honey.
It's a miracle.
His dealership is growing.
What?
They've expanded. This is their new used car lot.
Oh. Well, that's kind of miraculous, isn't it?
If you say so.
I do.
Gus may not be getting any taller, but with a new dealership at Jordan Landing, his service and selection keeps getting better.
Hey, I wonder if I'm still growing.
I wonder.
Want to measure me when we get home?
I'm not sure you're coming home.
Aw.
The Gus Paulus Auto Group. With Gus, anything is possible.
Many people are afraid of computers, intimidated. Oh, what if I hit the wrong button, or I download a virus, or something breaks and I lose everything? If that's your worry, turn to Superior Computers for a laptop or desktop computer, even computer networks. Superior Computers, custom built every computer to meet the user's needs for games or internet or sound and video editing. Superior Computers uses only the best components, and here's the part that lets you sleep at night. Superior Computers warranty covers viruses, user errors, data backup, hardware failures, and more for the life of the machine. Buy a Superior laptop or desktop computer and never pay for service. Plus, get a 4-year warranty on all parts. With coverage like that and a system built to your needs, you'll never make a fatal computer misstep. That's a Superior Computer, #1 in custom-built computers. Visit Superior Computers online at superiorpcsystems.com or shop in Ogden, Layton, Brigham City, and celebrate the grand opening in Sandy at 109th South and State. All locations are celebrating during May with huge discounts and lots of giveaways.
Welcome back to the On-Deck Circle. Our guest is New Orleans catcher John Buck, former Taylorsville star. And first of all, John, how have things gone for you so far this year? I know your season shortened by a couple of months due to a broken hand last year.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. You know, I was trying to get into the groove of things last year and ended up breaking a bone in my wrist, so shortened my season. And it was pretty tough to deal with, but things started out pretty well this year, and enjoying playing.
You know, after the injury and stuff like that, you had to be chomping at the bit all winter long. What did you do during the offseason?
Actually, I went down and played winter ball in Dominican Republic, so I got my baseball in there, so it was a lot of fun. It's fun baseball down there, pretty competitive.
I was going to say, for the fans who don't know, what's it like going there for the winter and playing baseball in a foreign country like that, especially one that can be so diverse as far as the cultures are concerned in Dominican Republic?
Well, Dominican Republic, they love their baseball, and it was jam-packed every night, and it was loud every at-bat, no matter what situation. There was drums going on, and it was a good experience. It was a lot of fun, and definitely I think it was a learning experience to help me prepare for the big league. So I'm glad I went through that. It was fun.
So I take it your hand's 100%?
Yeah, it's can't use it as an excuse now. So, yeah, and I don't feel it anymore, no pain, so that's a good thing.
All right, more with John Buck right after this here on ESPN 1230.
Doc, I need help.
Lie down and just relax. Okay, now, why don't we talk about associations? When I say furniture, you say...
Redwood Road. Sofas and more sofas. You have the largest collection of sofas. I see sofas for $2.99 and leather sofas for only $5.99.
I see. So when I say Redwood Road, you say...
Furniture Warehouse. Mattresses stacked to the rafters. 20-year warranty. Pillow top sets starting at $2.99.
You associate all this when I say Redwood Road?
We have recliners from Lane, clocks from Howard Miller, Bassett mirrors, Satter, Douglas,
And all of this is on Redwood Road.
Furniture Warehouse. Sectionals, bookcases, computer desks, office desks, bunk beds, futons. Nobody beats their price.
Okay, let's try again. Redwood Road.
Furniture Warehouse. Designer furniture as furnished in the award-winning homes in the Parade of Homes. Doc? Hey, Doc, where'd you go? Hello?
He went to Furniture Warehouse on Redwood Road. No.
Welcome back to the On Deck Circle. Our guest is John Buck, former Taylorsville star, now a catcher with the New Orleans Zephyrs. And I was talking to Tim Grubbs, the New Orleans broadcast, a little while ago, and maybe something was found in that surgery because I think you already have more home runs than you had last year.
Yeah, got a hold of a couple early this year, so Gaety actually, we made some changes in my swing, just, small subtle things as far as, bat position and where I'm setting my hands to start out with, and I think it's, obviously made a world of difference. Made it so I can, no wasted motion. I go straight to the ball with my hands, and obviously that's going to cut your swing down, make you a lot quicker.
And besides all that, I understand that the Astros begged and pleaded with the folks here in New Orleans, and they moved the left field fence in for you guys.
Yeah, they've moved in the power alleys quite a bit, and there's been a couple balls that have played a difference. I think, Cool Ball's had a couple home runs. One home run that's made a difference in a ball game, and we've had a couple of balls that we've caught at the track there, and balls that have hit off the wall there, and where normally guys have hit triples, they've got doubles, and so I think it's already made a difference, and, it's more of a baseball park than just a graveyard.
We were talking about this before we started the interview. You're from Utah. I've lived there for 13 years now and gotten soft when it comes to humidity. What's it like, the wear and tear on the players here to play in these kinds of conditions during the course of an entire summer?
Well, I think here in New Orleans, you definitely have to be conscious of, you hear about people telling you to hydrate your body, but being here, you really need to be conscious of it because it's, the humidity gets you. I mean, even if you're sitting on the bench, you'll sweat, 2 pounds off. So if you're especially catching or playing that day, you're going to be sweating quite a bit. So you got to be really conscious of hydrate your body, and I think that's a big thing, big difference here, where maybe Salt Lake, the humidity isn't so high that you don't need to be as conscious about it. But that hits you hard here.
Maybe the injury set you back a little bit. Do you feel good where you stand right now in regards to the Astros organization and your future?
Yeah, I feel like I'm on track. I feel like I'm playing well. They haven't really stressed anything to me with, any concerns. So as far as I know, they're happy with me. So that's usually a good thing if you haven't heard anything from them. So I'll take that as a good mark so far.
I talked to Zach Sorensen about it, who just joined the Stingers. He's from Highland High School and a guy that was drafted in the second round. You're a high draft pick. Last year, Baseball America had you as the number 1 prospect. This year, the number 3 prospect. So there's a lot of expectations. But which do you think is greater, the expectations of others on what you're trying to do or your own expectations?
Probably my own. Regardless of what everybody else puts on me, I know I put it on me even a little harder than that, if you can believe that. But I'm sure that's like that for every athlete. So as far as, the prospect statistics, I kind of out of sight, out of mind for me because I'm really harder on myself than anybody else. So if anything, I probably should work on that. But it really doesn't bother me. I just really don't put it in my head. I just like to go out and play ball and try to keep it as simple as that, really.
Well, John, hopefully you stay healthy this year and you'll be in that Houston Astros uniform in no time, and we appreciate your time today.
I appreciate it.
Right, that's John Buck. We'll be back with the starting lineups for tonight's game after this here on ESPN 1230.
National Auto Plaza Southtown is now National Isuzu at 108 South State. The brand new National Isuzu has to make room for the biggest Isuzu SUV selection ever to come to Utah. Reliable Isuzu Rodeos, the brand new Isuzu Ascenders, and fun-to-drive Axiom Sport utilities are arriving daily. So to accommodate these new vehicles, National Isuzu has to move hundreds of Utah's most premium used cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs at unbelievably low prices. Take thousands off Hondas, Nissans, and Toyotas. Thousands off. Or get even bigger savings on all luxury models from Lexus, BMW, Audi, and Mercedes. All our used inventories priced to go quickly. Now is your chance to upgrade your vehicle without upgrading your payment. Only at the new National Isuzu, formerly National Auto Plaza Southtown, 108 South State. Call 545-9292 for details. 545-9292. 108 South State is Utah's new home of the largest selection of Isuzus. National Isuzu.
Yes, you should hear my dad talk in his sleep. What did he say? I'll show you. Dad, Redwood Road.
Furniture Warehouse. No interest, no payments for 12 months.
That's funny. Ever since he visited Furniture Warehouse, he hasn't been the same. Hey, let's do it again. Redwood Road.
Furniture Warehouse. Huge selection. 12 months, same as cash.
And he does this every time you say Redwood Road?
Furniture Warehouse. Lots of sofas, 12 months interest free.
Sometimes we do it when he's sleeping in church, too. Redwood Road.
Furniture Warehouse. Mattresses stacked to the rafters. No payments for 1 whole year.
Does he ever stop? Only when I stop saying Redwood Road.
Furniture Warehouse. The lowest price in furniture guaranteed for a full year. No interest, no payments for 12 months, too. Some restrictions apply. See store for details. Furniture Warehouse. On Road Redwood. Is it Redwood Road? I don't know.
Welcome back to New Orleans, where it's time now to give you the starting lineups for tonight's game, brought to you by National Isuzu Southtown. Isuzu is back in the Salt Lake area at National Isuzu Southtown, located in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy. First of all, for the visiting Salt Lake Stingers, managed by Mike Brumley, leading off the center fielder, Zach Sorensen. Batting second, the right fielder, Brian Gordon. Hitting third and playing left field, Jake Thrower. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, Alex Polias. Hitting fifth and playing behind the plate will be catcher Will Nieves. Hitting sixth, the designated hitter, Gary Johnson. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Javi Rodriguez. Hitting eighth, the second baseman, Casey Smith. And batting ninth is the shortstop, Victor Gutierrez. Pitching for the Stingers will be right-hander Brandon Emanuel. Now for the homestanding New Orleans Zephyrs, managed by Chris Maloney. Leading off the shortstop, Eric Frontlett. Batting second, the second baseman, Chris Burke. Hitting third and playing first base, Royce Huffman. Hitting cleanup, the designated hitter, Ryan Thompson. Batting fifth and catching, John Buck. Hitting sixth, the left fielder, Phil Hyatt. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Jason Alfaro. Hitting eighth, the right fielder, Rob Ryan. And batting ninth is the center fielder, Kyle Logan. Pitching for the Zephyrs will be right-hander Chris Enoch. The umpires, as assigned by the Pacific Coast League for tonight's action, meeting at home plate with the two managers and exchanging lineups and going over the grounds rules. Wyatt Barksdale is behind the plate. Casey Moser is at first base. And John McMasters is the arbiter over at third. It's the Stingers and the Zephyrs, game one of a four-game series, and it's coming up next. You've been in the On-Deck Circle here on ESPN 1230.
This has been the On-Deck Circle. Stay tuned. Salt Lake Stingers baseball is coming up next on the home of the Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Put some zing into your spring the entire month of May at Fort Hall Casino. Win $500 cash every hour noon till midnight every Saturday in May. That's right. Fort Hall Casino is giving away 500 big ones all day long on Saturdays. Register for Fort Hall Casino's Spring Swing giveaway at the Buffalo Club booth and get one free entry. Earn additional entries by playing Fort Hall Casino's 900 gaming machines using your Buffalo Club card. The more you play, the more entries you earn and the more chances you have to win. Not a Buffalo Club member? No problem. Sign up at the Players Club booth and get your card on the spot. Win $500. 12 big winners, noon till midnight every Saturday in May. It's the unbelievable Spring Fling giveaway. Only at Fort Hall Casino. Big fun, big winners. Exit 80 off I-15 just north of Pocatello, Idaho. Visit the Buffalo Club booth to become a member and for complete promotion details. You must be 18 to play and win at Fort Hall Casino.
KJQS Murray, Salt Lake City. This is the FPN Radio AM 1230. Worldwide viewing source. A Citadel Broadcasting Station. The field is live. The starting pitchers have finished their warm-up, and the managers have exchanged lineup cards. It's time for Salt Lake Stingers baseball. So let's go to the ballpark. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Stingers, Steve Klauke.
Once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Salt Lake Stingers baseball on a warm, humid evening here in New Orleans, Louisiana. It's the Stingers and the New Orleans Zephyrs getting ready for Game 1 of this 4-game series. The Stingers in dire need of a win. They've lost 6 in a row and 12 out of their last 14. Since opening the season with an 11-2 record, the Stingers are 6-23. The Zephyrs are taking the field as we speak here at New Orleans Zephyr Field. Phil Hyatt is in left field. Kyle Logan in center, and Rob Ryan is in right field. Jason Alfaro is at third base. Eric Frontlet at short. Chris Burke at second base, and Royce Huffman is over at first. A battery of Chris Enoch pitching, and John Buck catching. The Little Leaguers taking the field along with their AAA buddies out there. And in just a moment, we'll have our national anthem, and we'll be ready to play ball on this warm, humid evening here in New Orleans. But I keep saying that, I'll be redundant. It's always warm and humid from this point of the year on through the course of the baseball season. So before we get our ball game underway here in New Orleans, let's enjoy the singing of our national anthem by a gentleman named Andre DeHaan. Prior to the start of today's ball game between the Stingers and the New Orleans Zephyrs. By the way, that setting of the alignment of the New Orleans defense brought to you by the Phone Directories Company. Cover your bases using the phone book with a beautiful cover, or you can look up what you need at myphonedirectory.com. Oh, right-hander Chris Enoch's on the mound in his first year in the Astros organization. He was signed as a free agent. That was back in October. He was originally a first-round draft pick and the 11th selection overall of the Oakland Athletics in 1997 out of the University of West Virginia. Hot Rod would be proud. Enoch's a fastball in the low 90s and a curveball. Last year at AAA Sacramento, he won 6 and lost 3 in 37 appearances. 4 of them starts with an earned run average of 5.23. This year, Enoch is making his 13th appearance at his 5th start. In 34 and two-third innings, he's given up 32 hits, 16 runs, 14 of them earned. He has struck out 23 while walking 9. He's hit 3 batters, thrown 1 wild pitch, and given up 2 home runs. Enoch is 1-4 with a 3.63 earned run average. The PCL batting .242 against the 6'3", 225-pound right-handed from Weirton, West Virginia, Chris Enoch. Zephyrs in their home whites with the green numerals and lettering trimmed in blue. Stingers wearing their red tops tonight with the white numerals and lettering. Throw down to second base. We're ready to go. Sit back, relax, and enjoy as Salt Lake Stingers baseball is on the air for a Monday night from the Big Easy. Waiting things off for the Stingers will be the center fielder, Zach Sorensen. Zach in 2 games as a Stinger, batting .429. 1 double, 1 triple, and 1 run batted in. Wind out of the south at 16 miles per hour. That means it's blowing straight out to left field here. 333 down the left field line, 332 down the right field line, 400 feet to straightaway center. They move the fence in left center about 20 feet. First pitch on the way. Sorensen takes a strike at the knees, and we're underway. No balls, 1 strike. The outfield around towards left for Zach. Out about 390 to left field. As the pitch comes home, Sorensen swings, and it's a high drive to deep center field. Kyle Logan going back, still going back. At the edge of the warning track, he hauls it in. Boy, Zach gave that one a pretty good ride, but too much ballpark and humidity here in New Orleans. And Kyle Logan was able to track it down for the first out. That'll bring up Brian Gordon, the right fielder. Gordon hitting .241, 7 doubles, 4 homers, 15 runs batted in. Coming off a 5 for 15 series in Oklahoma. Sun trying to find its way through some of the clouds here. Right field to Sun Field here in New Orleans. First pitch, breaking ball, strike to the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Swimming pool here in right field, unoccupied tonight. Now the 0-1. Swinging a ground ball towards the hole at short. Bruntlett charges, gloves, throws, and gets Gordon by a half step. Nice play by Eric Bruntlett, and it's 2 up, 2 down here in the Salt Lake first. That'll bring up Jake Thrower, the left fielder, batting .254, 12 doubles, and 15 runs batted in for Jake. Only 2 for 15 in Oklahoma City, but he did drive in 3 runs. Stingers' parent club involved in the only American League game of the day, and after 3, the Angels lead at Toronto 4-2. Vladimir Guerrero, Jose Guillen, and Jeff Devannon have all homered for the Halos. Don Lackey getting the start for Anaheim, and the first pitch to Jake Thrower. The fastball strike on the inside corner under the belt, 0-1. Thrower, like Sorensen, a switch hitter, batting left-handed against the righty Enoch. Alex Palaya's on deck as the big right-hander delivers. Fastball strike again on the outside corner at the knees, and quickly the count goes 0-2. Again, a loss tonight for the Stingers would set new franchise records for consecutive losses and consecutive losses on the road. Stingers trying to avoid that. Now the line, here's the 0-2. Breaking ball low and outside, 1-2. Talking with Mike Brumley before the ball game, this team hasn't quit by any stretch of the imagination. And really played 3 solid games in that series at Oklahoma City. The only dud was yesterday. Now the 1-2 pitch to Thrower, swinging a bouncing ball towards short. Bruntlett takes it on the knee-high second hop. Throw to first, on target and in time to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down here on 60s night in New Orleans at the end of 1/2 inning of play. It's the Stingers nothing, and New Orleans is coming to bat here on ESPN 1230.
Drive J.D. Power's #1 rated midsize car, the Hyundai Sonata, for $216 a month with 0 down. Test drive the Hyundai Sonata at your friendly Wasatch Front Hyundai dealer today. Westland Hyundai in Ogden, Kengarf Hyundai downtown Salt Lake, Intermountain Hyundai South Salt Lake, Riverton Hyundai in Sandy, and University Hyundai in Orem.
Today, we're at Westland Ford, a pillar in the Ogden community for over a quarter of a century. This is your chance to take advantage of some wonderful deals by a company that wants to win you back. Some of you got discouraged by street construction on Wall Avenue. Some of you think that you can get a deal for a better price. Well, let me tell you, Westland Ford just won't let that happen. Rediscover the advantages of buying right here in your hometown. Everyone in the west side of Weber County, Westland Ford challenges you to let us win you back. A long-distance drive doesn't mean a better deal. It means you spent more for gas. Westland Ford has always supported our community and our customers with great deals for hometown folks. Stay in your community. Buy in your community. Take pride in your community. Westland Ford wants to win you back. Be won over by the outstanding quality and commitment of Westland Ford. Easy to get to at 3450 Wall Avenue in Ogden. See how hard your neighbors will work to win you back.
We go to the bottom of the first inning. No score here in New Orleans. Defensively for the Stingers, let's check out their alignment, courtesy of the Phone Directories Company. Jake Thrower in left, Zach Sorensen in center, Brian Gordon's in right, Javi Rodriguez in third, Victor Gutierrez at short, Casey Smith at second, and Alex Pelaez at first. The battery of Brandon Emanuel pitching and Wilnie Avis catching. For Emanuel, this will be his fifth start in 17 and a third innings. He's given up 30 hits, 18 runs, 17 of them earned. He has struck out 12 and walked 5. Brandon is 0-2 with an 8.83 earned run average. First pitch fastball to Frontlet down the middle for a strike, and it's 0-1. PCL hitting a hefty .385 against the 6'3", 210-pound right-hander Brandon Emanuel. 0-1 pitch on the way, and it's a fastball outside at the knees, 1-1. Eric Frontlet, the New Orleans shortstop, leading things off, batting .256, 6 doubles, a triple, 1 homer, and 10 runs batted in. Emanuel, the 1-1. Strike off speed over the outer half of the plate at the knees, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Emanuel, a second-round pick, as we mentioned, in 1998 out of Northwestern State here in Louisiana. Now the 1-2. Fastball just missed outside above the knees, 2-2. Zephyrs come into this ball game with a record of 20-24. They're in third in the East Division, 4.5 games behind front-running Oklahoma. Now the 2-2. Swing and a foul back. Had a 4-game winning streak snapped yesterday, and they had a 5-run lead going into the 9th, but Edmonton came back to tie it and win it in extra innings. Now the 2-2. Swinging a high bouncing ball behind third. It's a foul ball. Rodriguez fielding the ball right in front of the umpire, John McMasters, but on the foul side of the stripe. Chris Maloney, who 3 days ago recorded his 800th managerial victory in the minor leagues, coaching over at third base, and longtime major league third baseman Gary Gaetti, the hitting coach, actually stays in the dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Frontlet. Not sure who that is coaching over at first base right now. Emanuel's pitch, breaking ball, bounces about 2 feet in front of the home plate. Count goes to 3-2. Coaching over at first base for the Zephyrs is infielder Alex Eckelman, who is not in the lineup tonight. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Frontlet. Emanuel's payoff pitch is lined towards left center field. Coming on, Sorensen makes the shoulder-high running catch. Boy, Zach got a great jump on that ball, and he had to, because that one was starting to die out in shallow left center field, but Sorensen got there and made the catch for the out. 1 away. Here's second baseman Chris Burke. Burke hitting .314, 7 doubles, 2 triples, 5 homers, 18 runs batted in for Burke, rated by Baseball America as the number 4 prospect in the Astros organization. First pitch on the way, and it's a fastball down the middle for a strike, and it's 0-1. Burke, a first-round pick 10th selection overall in the 2001 draft out of the University of Tennessee. The 0-1. Taking ball just missed a little low, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And 6:05 starts all 4 games of this series. 1-1 pitch is driven up the alley in left center field. A long run for Thrower. It's over his head and rolling to the wall. Into second base goes Burke. He'll take the turn and hold as the throw comes in to Victor Gutierrez. So Chris Burke lining one up from the left center field gap for his 8th double of the year. And now the Zephyrs have a runner at second base with only 1 out. First hit for either side of the ball game, and that'll bring up Royce Huffman, the first baseman. Huffman batting .346, 12 doubles, a triple. 2 homers and 21 runs batted in for Huffman, who earlier this year had a 30-game on-base streak, longest such streak in the Pacific Coast League this season. So runner at second base, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the first, no score. Outfield straight away for the right-hand batter. Small crowd here on a Monday night in New Orleans. Daniels pitch. Fastball misses high, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Huffman. Stingers and the Zephyrs opening up the series here tonight. All 4 games between the 2 teams this year will be played here. Last year, the team split a 4-game series at Franklin Covey Field. Emmanuel, the 1-0. Long on, shot on 1 hop off the glove of Gutierrez into center field. Rounding third and heading for home is Chris Burke. He will score. And it's 1-0 New Orleans on a 1-hopper off the glove of Gutierrez that's deflected into center field. It's going to be ruled an error on the shortstop Victor Gutierrez, and it's 1-0 New Orleans. The ball was hit hard, but on 1 hop right at Gutierrez, and he was late getting his glove up, and it's deflected off of it into center field, so no RBI for Huffman. Gutierrez could possibly have been screened on that play as Burke, the runner at second, was going on contact and ran right in front of Victor. So either way, a run is in, and it's 1-0 New Orleans. The turn of the toss to first drives Huffman back. Veteran Ryan Thompson at the plate for the Zephyrs, hitting .223, 5 doubles, a triple, no homers, at 19 runs batted in for Thompson, who was in his 18th professional season. Now Emmanuel's pitch. Change up outside at the belt, ball 1. 1-0 the count. 1-0 New Orleans on the error. Outfield straight away for the right-handed hitting Ryan Thompson. Veteran of 416 major league games played with 6 different clubs. The 1-0. Breaking ball low and outside to the right-hand batter, and it's 2-0. Thompson's plate for the Mets, Cleveland, Houston, the Yankees, Florida, and Milwaukee. Two balls, no strikes on Thompson. The lead at first base for Huffman. 1 for 2 in the stolen base department this year. Now Emmanuel ready. The turn of the toss to first again, and Huffman is back. One to nothing. In favor of the Zephyrs, a runner at first base, the pitch. Fastball outside, ball 3 to Thompson. Taylorsville's John Buck is on deck. Tough travel day for the Stingers. As Emmanuel's pitch delivered. Green light on 3-0, and it's a high drive to deep left center. Sorensen going back. It's up there, and it is gone. A 2-run home run for Ryan Thompson, and it's 3-0 New Orleans. Thompson given the green light on 3-0. He knew exactly what to do with it. So the Stingers, for the second straight game, find themselves in a first-inning hole. Thompson's first home run of the year, his 20th and 21st runs batted in. Sorensen kept going back on it, but eventually ran out of real estate. Now here's John Buck, the catcher. Hitting .285, 4 doubles, 4 homers, and 14 runs batted in. Buck last year 5 for 13 in that series at Salt Lake. Here's a pitch, line towards the hole at short, backhanded by Gutierrez in short left. He steps and throws the first just in time to get Buck. Got him by about a half step, and there's 2 down here in the first. That'll bring up longtime PCL veteran Phil Hyatt, batting .193, 6 doubles, a triple, 6 homers, and 19 runs batted in. Hyatt first broke into AAA way back in 1992 with Omaha. He was the PCL's MVP in 2001 with Las Vegas. Right-hander ready. Emmanuel's first pitch to Hyatt, a fastball down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Hyatt hit .330 that year with 44 homers and 99 runs batted in. The 0-1 pitch is lined into left field, a base hit. And so Hyatt's aboard with a 2-out single. Third hit of the inning for New Orleans, and that'll bring up Jason Alfaro, the third baseman. Jason batting .294, 6 doubles, 5 homers, and 23 runs batted in. One of the other things Mike Crumley talked about before the ball game was that this team is in desperate need of a couple of solid starts, but Brandon Emmanuel already touched for 3 runs in this inning, 2 of them earned. Now the pitch. Curveball, low and outside, ball 1. Stinger's starters have not had a win since May the 1st at home against Tacoma. Now the pitch, breaking ball into the dirt and through the legs of the catcher Nieves, and Hyatt will head on down to second base. That'll be a wild pitch charged to Emmanuel, and the count's 2-0 on Alfaro. That for Brandon, his first wild pitch of the year. So that puts a runner in scoring position. And a 2-ball count on Alfaro as the pitch count already piling up, and that does not bode well for what is already an overworked bullpen. 2 balls, no strikes, the count on Alfaro as Emmanuel delivers. Fastball a little bit low, 3-0 the count. Rob Ryan, the right fielder's on deck. Now the glance back by Emmanuel at Hyatt, the 3-0. Green light here, and it's popped up. Shallow right, Smith out, Gordon in, Casey Smith calling for it, and he'll make the over-the-shoulder grab to retire the side. But the Zephyrs get off to a quick start with 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error and 1 runner left on the base paths. At the end of 1, it's New Orleans 3 and the Stingers nothing on ESPN 1230.
Whether you're trading your car in or you want to keep it forever, then get those nasty dents and dings removed by Dent Pro. Dent Pro, the mobile paintless dent repair, will come to you. Dent Pro fixes shopping cart dents, creases, hail damage, and everyday door dings without disturbing the factory paint.
If your bumper's dented, torn, or scuffed, Dent Pro now offers bumper repair and bumper touch-up at half the cost of a body shop. At Dent Pro, we'll make them new again.
Mobile, convenient, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Call today toll-free, 1-877-DENT-PRO.
Do you remember the quality of service and car care your parents used to talk about? The honesty, knowledge, and experience? I'll tell you what, with 15 years of experience, the guys at Custom Auto will give you all of that and more. All the mechanics at Custom Auto are ASE certified master technicians. Honest, reliable, and will get the job done right. And unlike the big dogs, your car will be done when they say it'll be done. Remember, at Custom Auto, they work on all makes and models. Any and all repairs. No job is too big or too small. Now featuring interstate battery installation and warranty replacement center. So call 487-6124 to make an appointment. Or just stop in Custom Auto at 1465 South, 7th East in Salt Lake City. Whether you need to service your engine or you have a bigger problem with your vehicle, you need to see the guys at Custom Auto with the latest in technology and old-time service. Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. And tell them K-Fan sent you. Remember, Custom Auto, the only name in auto repair.
All right, we go to the second inning. Stingers trailing 3-0. It'll be Alex Pelaez, Will Nieves, and Gary Johnson, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters, due up in Mike Brumley's batting order to face right-hander Chris Enoch. We mentioned the new dimensions here. It used to be 420. Well, actually, they marked it at 407 to left center. They actually stepped it off at 421 feet, but it's now 385 to left center and 375 to right center. Most of the veterans here felt that the home run by Thompson wouldn't have been gone last year. But that was then, this is now. First pitch to Alex Pelaez from Enoch, a fastball outside, ball one. Pelaez batting .331, 6 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, and 25 runs batted in. Now the pitch, swung on and smashed through the middle and into center field, a base hit. So Alex Pelaez continues to swing a hot bat. He was 7 for 17 in Oklahoma, and he singles in his first trip to the plate here. So runner at first base and nobody out. The Stingers try to answer right back. It'll be Will Nieves, the catcher, due up, batting .282, 5 doubles, 3 triples, 4 homers, 17 runs batted in for Will. Stingers baseball brought to you in part by Dentro and Dentro Colors of Salt Lake. First pitch fastball low and away, ball one. Dentro and Dentro Colors of Salt Lake, the mobile paintless dent repair company, comes to your home or office to work on your car. Call them today at 1-877-DENTRO. Dentro and Dentro Colors, they make them like new again. Dentro donates $5 to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Utah for every stolen base by the Stingers this season. Swing and a fastball and a foul back. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Nieves. So far this year, the Stingers have swiped 23 bases, making the total donation so far $115. Mentioned last year they split the season series. Right now, Salt Lake has an all-time 21-18 edge over New Orleans. The 1-1. Breaking ball just outside of the knees. Ball 2. 2-1 the count. Enoch making his 4th appearance, his 3rd start lifetime against Salt Lake. He's 1-0, picking up the victory in 2002 with Sacramento. Now the 2-1. Swung on, lined up the second baseman, Burt, throw to first, and they double off Pelaez. Boy, oh boy, Nieves hit the cover off the baseball, but unfortunately, and this is the way things have been going of late, that ball hit on the nose, but right at Chris Burt, the second baseman, who easily doubled off Pelaez at first base. So just like that, 2 outs and nobody on, and the batter will be designated hitter Gary Johnson, hitting .260. 4 doubles, 2 triples, 2 homers, and 12 runs batted in. 2 for 9 in the just completed series in Oklahoma City. First pitch, breaking ball, misses low for ball 1. 1-0 the count. 2002, the only year in which New Orleans has won a season series against Salt Lake, as Johnson swings and misses at a low fastball. 1-1 the count. That year, the Zephyrs took 6 out of 8. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Johnson. Now Enoch's ready to pitch. Breaking ball low, and it's 2-1. Outfield shaded towards left. Boy, it's been pretty interesting to watch teams defend Gary Johnson. Now the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at a curveball down and in, 2-2. Some teams, like New Orleans, shading him towards left. Others have played him as a dead pull hitter in the outfield. Dan Roan at Tacoma even plays his infield around in the shift with a shortstop nearly directly behind second base. 2-2 to Johnson. Low and inside as he lays off that breaking ball. And the count's full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-0 New Orleans here in the second. Now Enoch's ready. The payoff pitch. Fastball, strike three called. Johnson backing away from what he thought was an inside pitch. Gets rung up by Lance Barksdale, and that retires the side. No runs, one hit. Nobody left on base, and after an inning and a half, it's the Zephyrs 3 and the Stingers nothing on ESPN 1230.
Trading your car in, or you want to keep it forever, then get those nasty dents and dings removed by Dent Pro. Dent Pro, the mobile paintless dent repair, will come to you. Dent Pro fixes shopping cart dents, creases, hail damage, and everyday door dings without disturbing the factory paint.
If your bumper's dented, torn, or scuffed, Dent Pro now offers bumper repair and bumper touch-up at half the cost of a body shop. At Dent Pro, we'll make them new again.
Mobile, convenient, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Call today toll-free, 1-877-DENT Pro.
It's spring in Park City. The fresh air is calling your name, and so is Crandall Ford Mercury. Save big at Ford's Zero Plus Memorial Day sales event now through June 1st. Crandall Ford Mercury is one of Utah's oldest and most respected Ford dealers. They've been selling and servicing Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs for over 58 years. And right now, the savings are spectacular during this Memorial Day sales event. We've got Explorers, Expeditions, and Excursions with $2,000 rebates, plus 0% financing for 60 months. Or lease a new Ranger XLT Super Cat 4x4 for 39 months for only $199 per month with zero down. Lease a new F-150 Super Cat 4x4 for 39 months for only $299 per month with zero down. Oh, and get this. New Ford F-250 and F-350s with rebates and discounts totaling up to $8,000. Crandall Ford Mercury, just 20 minutes from Salt Lake on your way to Park City. Exit 145 at Kimball Junction, just across I-80 from the Outlet Mall. Crandall Ford Mercury, 1-800-497-8265.
Rob Ryan, Kyle Logan, then back to the top of the order, and Eric Frontlet due up for New Orleans here in the bottom of the second. They lead it 3-0. Rob Ryan, longtime member of the Tucson Sidewinders, also spent a year with Sacramento and part of last year with Fresno. To lead things off, hitting .267, 4 doubles, 2 homers, 10 runs batted in. First pitch taking, it's a fastball knee-high and inside for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes, the count on Ryan, signed as a free agent back in February. Outfield shaded towards left for Ryan. Now the pitch. Swung on, driven into deep right field. Gordon going back, still going back. It's up there, and that one is gone. A line drive home run to right by Rob Ryan, and it's now 4-0 New Orleans. That is his 3rd home run of the season and his 11th run batted in. And for Brandon Emanuel, that is now his 6th home run served up this year. So 4-0 now in favor of New Orleans, and the batter will be Kyle Logan, the center fielder, hitting .263, 7 doubles, a triple. No homers and 10 runs batted in. First pitch is low and inside for ball one. 1-0 the count. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup, 1-1. New Orleans came into this ball game with 36 home runs hit. Only Fresno, Salt Lake, and Edmonton had hit fewer, but they have 2 here in the first 2 innings tonight. 1-1 to Logan, swung on and fouled back, and the count goes to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 4-0 in favor of the Zephyrs. Pitch, swing and a miss, and a good curveball down, and then he struck him out. First punch out for Brandon Emanuel. There's 1 down here in the second. Top of the order now. Eric Frontlet, the batter, opened up the bottom of the first by flying out to Zach Sorensen, who made a fine running catch into shallow left center field. So 1 out, base is empty. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball low and outside the right-hand batter. Ball one. Montreal Expos today activated outfielder Peter Bergeron from the 15-day disabled list. 1-0 fastball down the middle of the knees, a strike, 1-1, and then sent him outright to the Edmonton Trappers, sending shortstop Luis Lopez outright to Edmonton as well. Rumors had it that Valentino Pascucci was going to go back to AAA, but he's still with the Expos. There's a curveball in there for a strike under the letters on the inside part of the plate. 1-2 the count on Butler. Now the 1-2. Curveball, chop foul over the coach's box at third. Fresno Grizzlies lose a pitcher to extended spring training due to injury, but gain one as they recall pitcher Adam Pettyjohn from extended spring, while assigning pitcher Noah Lowry to extended spring. Extended spring basically working out with a short season and rookie-level team. A lot of rehab players going there at this point. 1-2 pitch, popped up. Right side of the infield, Pelaez behind the bag at first is there, and he'll one-hand it for the second out. So 2 down. That'll bring up Chris Burke, who doubled into left center field his first time up. That's where Bobby Jenks is rehabbing his stress reaction in his right elbow. Greg Jones there as well, the relief pitcher, but he's supposed to possibly join the Stingers sometime this week here in New Orleans. If not here, certainly by Friday in Salt Lake City if there are no setbacks. 2 out, bases empty. First pitch fastball is in at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1 on Chris Burke. Started in last year's All-Star Futures game for the United States at second base. The 0-1 pitch, breaking ball low, and that evens the count at 1-1. He also was the starting second baseman for the USA Olympic qualifying tournament team that failed to qualify for Athens. Although the way things are at this point, maybe that's not all a bad thing. But speaking of Athens, congratulations to our buddy Rulon Gardner for winning the opportunity to defend his title. 1-1 pitch into the dirt, scooped up by the catcher Davis, and the count's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Bottom of the second inning, 4-0 New Orleans. Now the line by Emmanuel, the 2-1. Curveball, they go around on the check swing. Nose, his first base umpire, Casey Moser. 3 balls and a strike the count on Chris Burke. Well, when things are going the way they're going for the Stingers, you just don't catch a break anywhere. I thought that was obvious enough for the home plate umpire to make the call, but as it turned out, he didn't. Neither did the first base umpire, Moser. Instead of 2-2, the count's 3-1 in Emmanuel's pitch. Fastball strike at the letters 3-2. Burke thought it was high and headed towards first base. That may have been the makeup call. So the count probably where it should have been in the first place at 3-2. The payoff pitch. Curveball grounded on 1 hop to the hill. Fielded by Emmanuel, who sets and throws to first. And that'll do it for the Zephyrs in the second. 1 run, 1 hit. A leadoff home run by Rob Ryan, and nobody left on base. After 2 complete, it's now New Orleans 4, and the Stingers nothing on ESPN 1230.
If you need car insurance, your local Geico Direct Insurance professional is here for you. There are definite advantages to having a local insurance representative. You can't beat the service, and it's nice to know a real live person is around to answer your questions. That's why Geico Direct has a local office in Layton, staffed with professionals who know the insurance business just as well as they know the neighborhood. Call your Geico professional today. No matter what you need, you can be sure it will be well done. Call 298-9336. That's 298-9336, right here in Layton.
Your car's almost dead, and you're surfing the web in your underwear. Log on to lowballsales.com. Get your loan while you're sitting home. Log on to lowballsales.com. Get approved and log on to lowballsales.com. Get approved and Log on to Lobalsales.com. Well, you're cyber and cool, but you feel like a tool because you're walking and you need a car real bad. I mean fast, because it's cold, man. Go to Lobalsales.com. Get approved.
Log on to Lowbook.sales.com for Utah's largest selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. Low Book Sales. High volume, low prices.
All right, we go to the third, 4-0 New Orleans. It'll be the bottom third of the Stingers' order duo. Javi Rodriguez, Casey Smith, and Victor Gutierrez to face right-hander Chris Enoch. Also time to find out what else is happening under the lights tonight in the PCL and Major League Baseball. First pitch on the way, and Rodriguez fouls it back, strike one. Javi's reached safely with a hit in each one of his 5 games played since being brought up from single A, Rancho Cucamonga. And to find out who's playing under the lights tonight, it's brought to you by GE Lighting and the new Reveal light bulb. You can check out the Reveal bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Rodriguez lays down a bunt foul at the third base side, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes in the PCL after 1 at the Bricktown Ballpark in Oklahoma City. Edmonton out in front of the Red Hawks 2-0. Later on, Las Vegas at Colorado Springs. Tacoma hosts Iowa. Tucson visits Albuquerque. Nashville is at Fresno. Omaha visits Portland, and Memphis travels to Sacramento. Just 4 Major League games in the American League. The Angels lead Toronto 5-4. Now the 0-2. Curveball low and outside. Ball 1. Former Stinger Sean Figgins has just hit his league-leading 7th triple for the Angels. Vladimir Guerrero, Jose Guillen, and Jeff Devannon have all homered. 1-2 to Rodriguez. Swing and a miss at a fastball up and in. He struck him out. Second strikeout for Enoch, and there's 1 down here in the third. That'll bring up Casey Smith, the second baseman, batting 194. 2 doubles and 4 runs batted in for Smith, who was 3 for 12 in Oklahoma. After 6.5 in Montreal, the Braves lead the Expos 5-0. I believe that series is actually in San Juan. Andrew Jones, J.D. Drew have homered for the Braves. Jones has done it twice. First pitch to Smith. Fastball runs inside of the right-hand batter. Ball 1. After 5.5 in Cincinnati, the Reds leading the Astros 2-1 on solo homers by Ken Griffey is 10th and Sean Casey is 6th. 1-0 fastball misses high. 2-0. Astros general manager Jerry Hunsicker in attendance here tonight in New Orleans. And this afternoon, Florida pounded Arizona 13-5. Now the 2-0. Smith takes a fastball, let her high, in for a strike 2-1. Casey thought that one was high. Jeff Conine with his 4th home run for the Marlins. For Arizona, Hairston with his 1st, Finley his 14th, and Bautista his 6th. Now the pitch, swinging a tap foul at home plate. 2-2 the count. Stanley Cup Finals don't get underway until tomorrow. Game 2 of the NBA's Eastern Conference Finals underway at Indianapolis. Pacers leading 1-0 in the series, and they lead tonight after 1 quarter, 17-12. Another low-scoring scrum. 2-2 pitch into the dirt, bounces away from the catcher Buck, and that fills the count at 3-2. Casey Smith, the 34th round draft pick out of Troy State. Wonder if he's got family here from Alabama. Of course, in Dothan, they may be closer when the team plays in Nashville than they are here. 3-2 payoff pitch, swing and a bouncer foul behind home plate as Casey just did get a piece of it. Well, the count holds at 3-2 on Casey Smith. Stinger's only base runner coming out a leadoff single by Pelaez in the second, but Will Nieves lined into the double play as he hit a scorcher right at the second baseman Burt, who's standing out in short right field right now. 3-2 pitch. Smith grounds one to the right side of the mound, racing to his right. Burt backhand, turns, throws to first. Just in time to get Smith by an eyelash. Fine play by Chris Burke, ranging far to his right. And then once he backhanded it, leaped into the air and fired a strike over to first base. So 2 up, 2 down here in the Salt Lake third. That'll bring up Victor Gutierrez, the shortstop, batting at even 300. 1 double and 2 runs batted in. 3 for 10 in that series at Oklahoma, making his Salt Lake debut. First pitch to Victor, swung on and skied into shallow right center. Burke, the second baseman, going out, calling off Rob Ryan, the right fielder, and making the catch to retire the side. 3 up and 3 down go the Stingers in the third, and after 2 1/2 innings of play, it's New Orleans 4 and the Stingers nothing on ESPN 1230.
Picture you and the family in Southern California in June, enjoying the sun, the ocean, an Angels game, and the fun of Disneyland. Imagine air transportation for 4 from JetBlue, offering daily nonstop service to Long Beach Airport. 4 tickets to an Anaheim Angels game, 2 nights deluxe lodging, and 4 one-day passes to the Disneyland Resort, including the Magic Kingdom and California Adventures. Listen to the Steve Brown Show each weekday at 2 or Jazz Talk at 4 for details on 1320 KFIX.
Why is a Built Right fence the best fence? That's easy. At Built Right Fence, they install every kind of fence. Vinyl, cedar, iron, chain link, and aluminum.
And now we couldn't be happier with our fence in our beautiful backyard.
With Built Right, you'll find the best prices.
The materials alone were far less than the big box hardware stores.
And Built Right has the guaranteed best installers in Utah.
We got the vinyl fence we wanted and a lifetime guarantee.
Hi, this is Robert from Built Right Fence. At Built Right Fence, we design it, install it, and back it with Built Right's lifetime guarantee.
While some companies won't guarantee their installation, Built Right does. Materials and workmanship.
We called a lot of places, and Built Right was right.
More choices, best quality, best prices, and a lifetime guarantee. What could be better than that? How about your choice of a free arbor or free trellis with a complete fence installation? Call Built Right toll-free at 1-888-BUILT-RIGHT. That's right spelled with a W, as in write it down. 888-BUILT-RIGHT.
This is the last week for this special offer. Call today.
Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
All right, we go to the bottom of the third inning here in New Orleans. 4-0 Zephyrs. Royce Huffman to lead things off. He reached out of there, but the shortstop Gutierrez his first time up. First pitch from Brandon Emanuel. Fastball down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Longtime baseball writer Peter Verrocchio from the New Orleans Times-Picayune letting me know that Brandon, as we mentioned earlier, out of Northwestern State, Louisiana. 0-1 pitch, curveball strike in the inside corner under the belt, 0-2. That's Nacogdoches, Louisiana, although that's not really the local pronunciation, but close enough for me. And anyway, that's the oldest city in all of the state of Louisiana, according to Peter. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Humpton. The pitch, breaking ball into the dirt, 1-2. First, this ballpark opened up in 1997, and there was a big flat because the berm in right field is built up to 28 feet above sea level, making it the highest it was when it was built, the highest point above sea level in the entire area. There's a fastball that runs inside the right-hand batter, 2-2. The problem was, for years and years, the Monkey Hill at Audubon Zoo here had been advertising itself as the highest point at 23 feet. They couldn't convince the people here to lower the hill here, so they added to the one there. I believe that one's 30 feet up above sea level now. 2-2 pitches, lost it in the air towards right center field. Converging on it, Brian Gordon, the right fielder. He's there, and he'll put it away for out number 1. 1 down. That'll bring up Ryan Thompson, who clouded a big 2-run homer to straightaway center field his first time up. So 1 out, nobody on base. Time now to find out who's hitting the cover off the ball. In the PCL, brought to you by Mountain Extreme Power Sports. Take it to the extreme with Mountain Extreme Power Sports in Linden, Utah. Check the home run leaders right after this pitch as Thompson takes the breaking ball low and outside, ball 1. League leader Calvin Pickering of Omaha has 15. Luis Garcia of Las Vegas right behind with 14. Justin Leone of Tacoma is third with 13. Third ball drops in low for a ball, and that puts the count at 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes to right-handed hitting Ryan Thompson. Now the pitch. Breaking ball, low and outside, and it's 3-0. We mentioned the 6 teams that Thompson's played for in the major leagues. He's actually played in the minor league system of 9 different organizations. Not to mention spending 1998 in Japan. 3-0 pitch on the way. Fastball outside at the knees, and Thompson walks on 4 straight pitches. First walk issued by Emmanuel. And so 1 on, 1 out for John Buck. The bounce out to the shortstop Gutierrez, who made a fine play coming in and over towards the hole his first time up. So here's John Buck, 7th round pick of the Astros in 1998 out of Taylorsville High School. And he missed a little over 2 months last year with a broken bone in his right wrist. Now Emmanuel ready to pitch. Breaking ball low, ball 1. That's 5 in a row that have missed from Brandon. 1 ball, no strikes, the count on Buck. Had a big year 2 years ago as the All-Star catcher in the Texas League for Round Rock. 1 ball to count on Buck, the pitch. Fastball outside, snap for the first, bounces in, and it's knocked down by Pelaez to keep it from going down the right field line and advancing Ryan Thompson. But now the count on Buck is 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. 4-0 New Orleans here in the bottom of the 3rd. The outfield swung around towards right. The infield, a double play depth. Manuel from the belt ready. Here's the 2-0. Instead, the turn of the toss to first. Driving Thompson back. Thompson has not attempted a stolen base this year. Yeah, the Stingers are back home on Friday night, taking on the Fresno Grizzlies, a team they've beaten 7 out of 8 this year. Two balls, no strikes to count. Big fireworks show planned for Friday night to kick off your Memorial Day weekend. Changeup misses outside, and that's 7 in a row delivered outside the strike zone by Brandon Emmanuel. Three balls, no strikes to the right-hand batter. Emmanuel ready to pitch. Swung on the green light on 3-0, and he skies it to left. Thrower going back, still going back. It's up there, and it's gone. A 2-run home run for John Buck, and now it's 6-0 New Orleans. Jake Thrower looked like he had it all the way, but the prevailing wind of about 16 miles per hour blowing out to left may have helped carry that one out of the yard. Either way, John Buck has his 5th home run of the season. Now the Stingers trail 6-0. 3rd home run of the night for the Zephyrs. So now here's Bill Hyatt. That is the 3rd time tonight that Chris Maloney has given the New Orleans hitters the green light on 3-0. Pitch outside the ball, 1-0. At some point, someone might learn something. Thompson homered on a 3-0 pitch. Buck is homered on a 3-0 pitch. The ball hits the dirt, goes back to the screen, 2-0. I should take it back. Jason Alfaro popped up the second baseman Smith to end the 1st inning on a 3-0 pitch. But 2 of the 3 homers have come on 3-0 offerings. Swing and a tap foul. Hyatt's out in front of a changeup, 2-1. Bill Hyatt. Single to left field his first time up. Now the pitch, breaking ball is low, and it's 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike. There's a pitch, curveball, low, ball 4. Second walk issued by Emmanuel. A runner at first, nobody out, and that's going to bring a visit to the mound from pitching coach Rich Bombard. As Jason Alfaro comes to the plate, he pops to second base his first time up. Rich out there to have a word with Emmanuel. Now the meeting has adjourned. So a runner at first base and one out for Jason Alfaro. In 296 as a Zephyr last year in 105 games. Closed out the year as the offensive and defensive player of the month during August of last year for the Zephyrs. First pitch to Alfaro on the way. Strike. The fastball on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. No one warming in the bullpen. Right now, Mike Brumley and Rich Bombard need innings out of Brandon Emmanuel, regardless of the results. 0-1 the count. Now Emmanuel's pitch. Curveball. That's it in the air towards right. Brian Gordon drifting back. Now stopped. Now returns in for a couple of steps to make the catch. And that's out number 2. 2 away. Here's Rob Ryan, who homered on a 1-0 pitch in the second inning. Ryan, who only hit 7 home runs all of last year, 6 of them in 50 games with Syracuse. The Toronto Blue Jays AAA affiliate of the International League hit 1 homer in 49 games as a Fresno Grizzly. First pitch on the way to Ryan. Breaking ball, strike on the inside corner above the knees. And the count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count on Ryan. The second baseman, Casey Smith, with both feet firmly planted on the right field grass, now moves into the edge of the dirt as Emmanuel turns and tosses to first. The runner's back. 6-0 New Orleans here in the bottom of the third. And New Orleans came in with 36 home runs hit. They've hit 3 tonight. The 0-1. Ryan takes into the dirt. A ball, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Rob Ryan signed as a free agent in February. Two and 1 the count. Emmanuel ready. The pitch. Ripped towards first, backhanded nicely by Pelaez, who will turn, take 2 steps, and plant his right foot firmly on the sack to retire the side. 2 more runs score on 1 hit. A home run with a man on by John Buck. No errors, and 1 runner left on the base paths. After 3 complete, it's now New Orleans 6, and the Stingers nothing on ESPN 1230.
Whether you're trading your car in or you want to keep it forever, then get those nasty dents and dings removed by Dent Pro. Dent Pro, the mobile paintless dent repair, will come to you. Dent Pro fixes shopping cart dents, creases, hail damage, and everyday door dings without disturbing the factory paint.
If your bumper's dented, torn, or scuffed, Dent Pro now offers bumper repair and bumper touch-up at half the cost of a body shop. At Dent Pro, we'll make them new again.
Mobile, convenient, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Call today toll-free, 1-877-DENT PRO.
Driving in my truck, my broken down truck. I needed some wheels in a bad way. But my credit's kind of weak. My ex-wife took my Jeep and ran off with my lawyer and drove pay. I went to Lubbock sale for a deal that really well. Service and selection and a mess. Lubbock's really sweet. They'll rob you, have your beat. Lubbock sells for finance you today. So if you're driving in your car, you're aching, breaking car, and you need some new wheels right away, Lubbock will hook you up. They got me on your truck. They'll finance you, so come on down today. Yeah, come to Lubbock sale for a deal that really well.
Call 1-877-LOW-BOOK. Operators are standing by. Low Book Sales. High volume, low prices.
All right, we go go to the fourth inning, and if the Stingers are to avoid the franchise record-setting 7th straight loss, they need to get going with the bats. They trail 6-0 now here in the top of the fourth inning. It'll be Zach Sorensen, Brian Gordon, and Jake Thrower due up. The top of the order, Chris Enoch has given up a hit, but faced the minimum number of batters in the game. Is the one batter who reached Pelias was doubled off first base on a liner. Here's Zach Sorensen, who hit the ball well, but Kyle Logan, the center fielder, tracked it down just shy of the warning track. Here the 400-foot sign. First pitch fastball, strike to the outside corner under the belt, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. The count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sorensen was hitting .258 at Double-A Akron at the time of his acquisition. 1-1 pitch, change up high, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Got the feeling that the pass list for the first home game for Zach in a Stingers uniform grows on a regular basis. Now the 2-1 pitch, swung on, popped up foul. Third base side out of play. That evens the count 2-2. Maybe 60s night in New Orleans, but it also is souvenir baseball night. It's crowd so slim that everybody's going to wind up with one tonight. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Sorensen. Now the right-hander Enoch's ready. The one, here's the 2-2. Swing and a foul as Sorensen had a hack at a fastball and fouled it back. Well, the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes as Sorensen tries to get something going for the Stingers here in the top of the fourth inning. Now the 2-2. Fastball high, and that fills the count at 3-2. When Enoch was drafted in the first round by Oakland in 1997, he signed what is still the largest signing bonus, or I should say the 6th highest signing bonus in A's history. 3-2 payoff pitch, swinging a ground ball right at the second baseman Berg, who gobbles it up and sidearms it to first for out number 1. So Sorensen retired, 1 away. That'll bring up Brian Gordon, who bounced to short his first time up. Signed a bonus of $1,204,000. Again, that was back in 1997. Right now, it is the 6th highest signing bonus in A's history. It was the highest at that time. Now the pitch, swinging a ground ball again, right at Burke, who bobbles, recovers, makes the bare hand pickup and throws to first just in time, and he almost threw it away. Good stretch to the outfield side of the bag by Royce Huffman over at first to prevent that one from heading into the New Orleans dugout. The 2 up, 2 down, that is 7 in a row retired by Enoch. Here's Jake Thrower, who grounded out to short his first time up. Mark Mulder, the A's ace, lefty in the starting rotation. The largest signing bonus in A's history. That was in 1998 at $3.2 million. Here's a ground ball. Guess where? To the second baseman Burke, who handles all 3 chances and handles them all flawlessly. He gets the ball over to first. That's another 1-2-3 inning for the Stingers here in the fourth. And after 3.5, it's New Orleans 6, the Stingers nothing on ESPN 1230.
Drive J.D. Power's #1 rated midsize car, the Hyundai Sonata, for $216 a month with 0 down. Test drive the Hyundai Sonata at your friendly Wasatch Front Hyundai dealer today. Westland Hyundai in Ogden, Ken Garff Hyundai downtown Salt Lake, Intermountain Hyundai South Salt Lake, Riverton Hyundai in Sandy, and University Hyundai in Orem. West Murray, Salt Lake.
Everybody's going to play a little bit harder?
This is ESPN Radio AM 1230.
A little bit better?
Worldwide leader in sports. A Citadel Broadcasting station.
From the backyard to the fields and the back 40, Greenline Equipment has the John Deere equipment you need. The John Deere L100 series are the best in their class. And right now, with introductory payments starting in just $29 a month, you can afford the best. Speaking of the best, the John Deere 2210 compact utility tractor has a 23 horsepower liquid-cooled diesel engine, shift-on-the-go four-wheel drive, and optional quick-park loader that attaches and detaches in minutes. It's a utility tractor that's built for the long haul, and it's priced right, starting with introductory payments at just $139 per month. Stop dreaming. Start doing during deer season at Greenline Equipment, with locations in Lake, Salt Lake, and Springville.
If you think I demand perfection from my players on the court, you should visit with knowledgeable professionals at Greenline Equipment. Whether you're cutting your lawn or 10,000 acres of hay, they have the right equipment for your job.
Finally, go to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's 6-0 the score in favor of New Orleans. It'll be Kyle Logan, Eric Frontman, and Chris Burke due up, the 9-1 and 2 hitters in the New Orleans batting order to face right-hander Brandon Emanuel. Kyle Logan struck out swinging his first time up. First pitch on the way for Emanuel. Swung on. There's a high drive into deep right. Gordon going back to the warning track and makes the catch for out number one, as Logan got under that one just a hair too much. That one, when it left his bat, looked like it would be the fourth homer of the night for the Zephyrs. So, one out. Here's Eric Brentland, who has fly to center and popped the first. Stingers baseball brought to you in part by Taco Maker. Try Taco Maker's new grilled ranchero pork burrito for only $2.89. So Emanuel ready, and the first pitch to Brentland on the way. Breaking ball, cat foul behind home plate for strike one. Taco Maker will donate $5 to the United Way for every double play turned by the Stingers this year. So far, they've turned 38, making the total donation at this point $190. So, one out, and the one-strike pitch to Brentland. Ground ball past the mound. The shortstop, Gutierrez, juggles, recovers, and does not have a play. Slow roll it is short, but Gutierrez couldn't find the handle on it for his second error of the ball game. So, runner at first base. Gutierrez recording his third error in 4 games as a Stinger infielder. For Salt Lake, that is their 34th error of the year. This is their 43rd game. So runner at first, one out. Chris Burke, the batter. He's doubled and bounced to the mound. He's 1 for 2. Pitch. Long on. That one's rifled up the alley in left center field. They're not going to get to that one. It's going to roll to the wall. Here comes Brentwood around third. He will score without a play on the RBI double by Chris Burke. And now it's 7-0 New Orleans. Burke's second double of the game, his 9th of the year, with his 19th run batted in. Zephyrs have scored at least 1 run in every inning. That run is unearned. So now here's Royce Huffman. Huffman on the night has reached on an error and flied to right. Emanuel ready, the first pitch. Fastball in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Activity finally stirring in the Stingers bullpen. Left-hander Dusty Berkman is up. The runner at second base, 1 out. Emanuel's pitch, third ball, chopped foul as Huffman banged that one off his front foot. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Seven to nothing Zephyrs here in the fourth. Huffman standing in, right-handed batter. Mentioned earlier, the Stingers had a tough travel day. Instead of going maybe through Dallas from Oklahoma City to New Orleans, as I did, they actually flew all the way east to Atlanta and doubled back. 0-2 pitch, swinging a ground ball foul at the third base side on top of the dugout and into the seats. My flight left 45 minutes before the teams, and I got into New Orleans 3 hours ahead of them. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Burke at second base, 1 away. Manuel set for the 2-strike pitch. Fastball up and into the right-hand batter. The count goes to 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Huffman batter. Emmanuel from the stretch, the right-hander ready in the pitch. Fastball runs inside the right-hand batter, and that evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Emmanuel struggling here tonight. His last start, he went 5 innings against Colorado Springs, gave up 4 runs on 9 hits. 2 of the 7 runs he's allowed tonight have been unearned. Two balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Third ball to the dirt, ball 3. 3-2 the count. Huffman out of the batter's box momentarily. Three balls, 2 strikes. Emmanuel sets the glance back towards second. The 3-2 pitch home. Swinging a foul back into the string. And the count remains 3-2. Ryan Thompson, the designated hitter, is due next. 7 runs, 6 hits, no errors for New Orleans. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 errors for the Stingers. Three balls, 2 strikes. Emmanuel ready for the second time. The payoff pitch. Low, ball 4. And that is the 3rd walk issued by Emmanuel in the ballgame. And now there's runners at first and second base with 1 out, and here comes Mike Crumley. That's going to be all for Brandon Emmanuel, who cannot make it out of the 4th inning here tonight. Dusty Bergman's been throwing down to the Stingers bullpen. And so the move will be made, and this shakeup for the Stingers lineup brought to you by Jake's Over the Top. Enjoy a Jake's Over the Top shake. This month's Shake of the Month is a fresh strawberry shake. We'll give you the numbers on Dusty Bergman when we return after this 1-minute timeout here on ESPN 1230.
Your car's almost dead and you're surfing the web in your underwear. Log on to lobosales.com. Get your loan while you're fishing home. Log on to lobosales.com. Get approved and log on to lobosales.com. Get approved and log on to lobosales.com. Well, you're sober and cool, but you feel like a tool, 'cause you're walking and you need a car real bad. I mean bad, 'cause it's cold, man. Go to lobosales.com. Get approved.
Log on to lobosales.com for Utah's largest selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. Low book sales, high volume, low prices.
So left-hander Dusty Bergman comes on for the 14th time this year. 26 2/3 innings. He's given up 28 hits, 9 runs, 7 of them earned. He has struck out 18 and walked 3. No hit batters, 1 wild pitch, and 1 home run allowed. Berkman's 1-0 with a 2.36 earned run average. The PCL batting .262. Against left-hander Dusty Berkman out of Carson City, Nevada, and the University of Hawaii. Berkman last went 3 days ago and pitched 3 scoreless innings against the Red Hawks. He'll inherit runners at first and second base here with 1 out and 1 run in. The run unearned. So Berkman comes on to face Ryan Thompson, who had a 2-run home run in the first inning. He walked and scored in the third. Berkman has allowed in the past 3 of 6 inherited runners to score. Runners at first and second, 1 out. The pitch drilled foul deep down the left field line for strike 1. Right size, the wrong shape. No balls, 1 strike. Now Bergman ready. The pitch. Curveball low and inside to the right-handed batter. One ball, 1 strike. On Ryan Thompson. Now Bergman's pitch. Fastball misses high. Thompson had a notion to go after it, but doesn't, and the count's 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. On Ryan Thompson with John Buck to follow. Now Berkman's pitch. Swing and a chopper foul at the third base side. 2-2 the count. Checking out the rest of the series. It'll be Chris Buchek against Jared Fernandez, the knuckleballer from Kearns tomorrow. Although he has been bothered by his stiff neck, he actually pitched in relief yesterday. Some 40 pitches. Steve Green against Taylor Buchholz on Wednesday, and Mike Brunet versus Chad Qualls on Thursday. Now the 2-2 to Thompson. Swung on and driven into deep center field. Sorensen drifting back to the edge of the track, and he'll haul it in. Tagging at second is Burke, and he'll advance to third as Thompson crushed that ball, but that time it died as the wind has died as well. So now runners at first and third with 2 out. That guarantees that the remaining runs in this inning will be unearned. If there are any more, from a Stinger standpoint, you hope not. So here's John Buck, 1 for 2 with a 2-run home run on a 3-0 pitch his last time up. So Buck's the batter with 2 on and 2 out. Infield back with runners at the corners. Berkman's pitch. Up high, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Buck. Got a 7-game hitting streak snapped earlier last week in Vegas. Got a 13-game hitting streak snapped earlier this year. Now the 1-0. Buck lines one but foul. Placing out of play down the right field side. Scatters him down to the patio area in the right field corner. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. One and 1 to the right-hand batter. John Buck. Played in the 2002 Futures game. Now he's in Milwaukee. Now the 1-1. Swing and a foul back into the screen, 1-2. Obviously, his dream and goal right now is to play with the Astros, a dream that will most likely will be fulfilled later this year. But in a way, he said he envies Zach Sorensen the opportunity to play at home in Salt Lake City. 1-2 the count. Runner at third base, Burke. Huffman over at first. The pitch. Long on in line towards right court, and coming on will get there and make the Bill the Cap High catch to retire the side. 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 runners were left on base. And so after 4 complete here in New Orleans, it is the Zephyrs 7 and the Stingers nothing on ESPN 1230.
Spring is here, and that means shorter nights. But just because there's more daylight doesn't mean you don't still need better everyday lighting. Your local Ace Hardware stores and GE Lighting can help. GE Lighting has replaced the ordinary incandescent bulb with the new Reveal bulb. Reveal bulbs make colors so crisp, clean, that you truly see the difference. Guaranteed. Reveal bulbs from GE Lighting at your local Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place.
No inflatable gorillas. No bogus slashers. No plaid suits and checkered pants.
Hey, how you doing?
You won't find any of those on Murray Auto Road during the No Gimmicks, Just Deal sale going on now through Monday. Look for the bright yellow sale tags to save hundreds, even thousands, on Utah's largest selection of new and certified pre-owned vehicles, all in one convenient location, Murray Auto Road. Now through Monday, you'll find no gimmicks, just incredible deals on acres and acres of the most sought-after vehicles in the state. Murray Auto Road's 11 dealerships have more than 124 new models to choose from and thousands of quality pre-owned vehicles, all in one convenient location, all priced to sell now. Zero Down delivers any vehicle in stock and make no payments for 90 days. Plus, Utah First Credit Union will be on hand offering special low financing during this No Gimmicks, Just Deal sales event. But don't wait. It all ends Monday on Murray Auto Road, Utah's automotive capital.
Well, we go to the 5th inning, 7-0 New Orleans. This is the 7th consecutive game now in which the Salt Lake starter hasn't made it past the 5th inning. As Brandon Emanuel gets knocked out here in the 4th, and the innings continue to pile up on the Salt Lake bullpen. It'll be Alex Pelaez, Willie Davis, and Gary Johnson due up. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the Stingers' batting order. Pelaez, the only base runner the Stingers have had, as he singled to center in the 2nd before being doubled off on a line drive. Time now to look at the 5th inning, middle of the game reset of the New Orleans defensive alignment, courtesy of the Phone Directories Company. Cover your bases using the phone book with the beautiful cover, or you can look up what you need at myphonedirectory.com. First pitch to Pelaez on the way. Breaking ball low and outside of the right-hand batter. Ball 1. Bill Hyatt, Kyle Logan, Rob Ryan in left, center, and right respectively. Into the infield third to first after Enoch delivers the 1-0 to Pelaez. Low and outside, 2-0. Jason Alfaro at third, Eric Brooklyn at short, Chris Burke at second, and Royce Huffman at first. A battery of Chris Enoch pitching and John Buck catching. 2 balls, no strikes to count as the pitch comes home, swinging a foul. Back to the base of the screen, and it's 2-1. Angels still leading their ball game 5-4 in the 8th at Toronto. Out the 2-1. High and inside on the changeup. Leans Pelaez back out of the way. And the count now, 3 balls and 1 strike. Now the line by Enoch, the pitch. Swung on and sliced down the right field line, slicing towards the corner, but going foul. Fan down in that patio area in perfect position, reached up with both hands and dropped it. The way he's acting, I don't know if he's mad at himself or his hands really hurt. That may be the latter. And he's trying to cover it up by pretending it's the former. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Pelaez. The payoff pitch. Fastball, chopped high in the air and foul at the third base side. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. Seven to nothing Zephyrs. They've out hit the Stingers 6-1. Now Enoch starts his delivery. Again the 3-2. Long on, that's line up the alley in right center field. A long run for Ryan. He won't get to it as it bounces up against the barrier. Pelaez around first, on his way to second with a double. His 7th two-bagger of the year. Pelaez continues to swing at toward bat. 9 for 19 on this road trip. So the Stingers have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. The batter will be Will Nieves, who lined into that double play his first time up, hitting a rocket right at the second baseman, Burke. He caught it about shoulder high and turned it into a double play. A runner at second, nobody out. The pitch. Fastball sinks low, ball one. Enoch probably would have been in the big leagues a while ago, but he had his progress slowed by tendonitis and a hip injury. Now the 1-0. Swinging a roller toward short. Frontlet charges. Glove throws on the run in plenty of time for the out. And with the play in front of him, Pelaez had to hold at second base. So one away. That'll bring up Gary Johnson, who was called out on strikes his first time up. Enoch, as we mentioned, a first-round pick out of West Virginia, where he was the Big East Conference Player of the Year as a junior in 1997. He won 12 and lost 1 with a 3.03 earned run average. Regional play right around the corner in college baseball. On the first pitch to Gary, down low, ball one. Well, I had a chance to speak on the phone today to a former Buzz infielder who was with the team from 1995 to 1997. Tried to catch up with him while we were at Oklahoma, but he was busy in the process of moving from Midwest City to Edmond, Oklahoma. There's a fastball strike on the inside corner at the belt. 1-1. Mitch Simons, who's still among the statistical leaders in several categories. Youngsters are now 6, 4, and 2, I believe. Been working 2 years for a pharmaceutical company. 1-1 pitch on the way. Change up low and outside the left-hand batter. 2-1 the count. Working on a product relatively new on the market to help type 2 diabetics control their levels. Two and one, the count on Gary Johnson. Enoch's ready, the pitch. Swung on, popped up. Left side of the infield, the shortstop Bruntlett underneath it. Still on the infield dirt for out number 2. So, Pelaez the leadoff double. 2 outs later, he's still at second base. The batter will be Javier Rodriguez, who struck out swinging his first time up. This was an exciting player who usually ended up the night or afternoon with a dirty uniform. Still keeps in touch with some of his former teammates. Just talked on the phone a couple of days ago with Damian Miller. Now the pitch. Low and outside. A fastball to the right-hand batter. 1-0 to count on Rodriguez. One ball, no strikes. Pelaez the lead at second base. The pitch. Swung on and lifted in the air towards right. Rob Ryan, the right fielder, 4 steps to his right towards the alley, makes the catch. To retire the size, the Stingers waste the leadoff double. No runs, 1 hit, 1 run left. Halfway through the scheduled 9-rounder, it's New Orleans 7. And the Stingers nothing on ESPN 1230.
If you need car insurance, your local Geico Direct Insurance professional is here for you. There are definite advantages to having a local insurance representative. You can't beat the service, and it's nice to know a real live person is around to answer your questions. That's why Geico Direct has a local office in Layton, staffed with professionals who know the insurance business just as well as they know the neighborhood. Call your Geico professional today. No matter what you need, you can be sure it will be well done. Call 298-9336. That's 298-9336, right here in Layton.
National Auto Plaza Southtown is now National Isuzu at 108 South State. The brand new National Isuzu has to make room for the biggest Isuzu SUV selection ever to come to Utah. Reliable Isuzu Rodeos, the brand new Isuzu Ascenders, and fun to drive Axiom Sport utilities are arriving daily. So to accommodate these new vehicles, National Isuzu has to move hundreds of Utah's most premium used cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs at unbelievably low prices. Take thousands off Hondas, Nissans, and Toyotas. Thousands off. Or get even bigger savings on all luxury models from Lexus, BMW, Audi, and Mercedes. All our used inventories priced to go quickly. Now is your chance to upgrade your vehicle without upgrading your payment. Only at the new National Isuzu, formerly National Auto Plaza Southtown, 108 South State. Call 545-9292 for details. 545-9292. 108 South State is Utah's new home of the largest selection of Isuzus. National Isuzu.
Go to the bottom of the fifth inning. 7-0 the score in favor of New Orleans. It'll be Phil Hyatt to lead things off, followed by Jason Alfaro and Rob Ryan. The 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up. Hyatt has singled and walked in 2 plate appearances. First pitch from Bergman, a fastball, letter high, in for a strike at its 0-1. Our fifth inning, middle of the game reset of the Stingers defensive alignment, courtesy of the phone directory's company, coming up after the 0-1. Fast ball, check swing. Did he go around? Yes, his first base umpire, Casey Moser, in the count 0-2. Stingers with Jake Thrower in left, Zach Sorensen in center, Brian Gordon in right, Javi Rodriguez at third, Victor Gutierrez at short, Casey Smith at second, and Alex Pelaez at first. The battery of Dusty Bergman pitching and Will Nieves catching. Now the line by Bergman. In the 0-2. Breaking ball low and outside of the right-hand batter. 1-2 the count. Final numbers on Brandon Emanuel. 3 1/3 innings work. 6 hits, 7 runs, 5 of them earned. 3 walks, 1 strikeout. 3 home runs allowed. As Hyatt is jammed. Pops it up foul. First base side out from behind the plate. Nieves juggles but hangs on to make the basket catch for out number 1. Well, that pitch right in on the fists of Hyatt. An excellent delivery by Dusty Bergman there. 1 out. That'll bring up Jason Alfaro, who's 0 for 2. Dusty Bergman has been one of the more effective pitchers the Stingers have had of late. Now the left-hander ready, the pitch. Fastball inside, ball 1. His last appearance against Oklahoma, 3 scoreless innings. Went 3 1/3 scoreless innings against Albuquerque on the 14th as Bergman misses low, 2-0. Did give up a run on an inning and 2/3 on May the 18th. That's the only run that he has surrendered in his last 9 innings of work. Here's a swing and a roller toward short, scooped up by Gutierrez. The peg across, on target and in time for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down here in the New Orleans fifth. That'll bring up Rob Ryan, who homered in the second and grounded out to first in the third. So 2 outs, nobody on base. Rob Ryan, the batter. Ryan, as we mentioned, originally in the Arizona organization out of Washington State University. He takes a fastball knee high in the inside part of the plate for a strike. His 4 years in Tucson, Ryan's lowest batting average was .290, and he takes a strike here in the count 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Seven to nothing in favor of New Orleans. We're in the fifth. Now Bergman ready, the pitch. Up high for a ball, misses with a fastball, 1-2 the count. And the Stingers home Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon, and Monday night against the Fresno Grizzlies. Curveball from Bergman, misses low, 2-2. We mentioned the fireworks on Friday night. To start off your Memorial Day weekend, you can cap it off with family night Monday night at the ballpark. 2-2 pitch is ripped towards right. Racing back toward, and he's there. And he'll make the shoulder-high grab to retire the side. 3 up, 3 down go the Zephyrs, who are held scoreless for the first time this game. After 5 complete, here at Zephyr Field, it's New Orleans 7, and the Stingers nothing on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Picture you and the family in Southern California in June, enjoying the sun, the ocean, an Angels game, and the fun of Disneyland. Imagine air transportation for 4 from JetBlue, offering daily nonstop service to Long Beach Airport. 4 tickets to an Anaheim Angels game, 2 nights deluxe lodging, and 4 one-day passes to the Disneyland Resort, including the Magic Kingdom and California Adventures. Listen to the Steve Brown Show each weekday at 2 or Jazz Talk at 4 for details on 1320 KFIT.
Why is a Built Right fence the best fence? That's easy. At Built Right Fence, they install every kind of fence. Vinyl, cedar, iron, chain link, and aluminum.
And now we couldn't be happier with our fence in our beautiful backyard.
With Built Right, you'll find the best prices.
The materials alone were far less than the big box hardware stores.
And Built Right has the guaranteed best installers in Utah.
We got the vinyl fence we wanted and a lifetime guarantee.
Hi, this is Robert from Built Right Fence. At Built Right Fence, we design it, install it, and back it with Built Right's lifetime guarantee.
While some companies won't guarantee their installation, Built Right does. Materials and workmanship.
We called a lot of places, and Built Right was right.
More choices, best quality, best prices, and a lifetime guarantee. What could be better than that? How about your choice of a free arbor or free trellis with a complete fence installation? Call Built Right toll-free at 1-888-BUILT-RIGHT. That's right spelled with a W, as in write it down. 888-BUILT-RIGHT.
This is the last week for this special offer. Call today.
Well, we move along to the 6th inning here in New Orleans. Steve Coffey with you here at the ballpark. Adrian Denny handling the duties back in the studios in Salt Lake City. 7-0 New Orleans. It'll be Casey Smith, Victor Gutierrez, and Zach Sorensen. The 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up here in the Stingers 6th. Also time for another update to find out what's happening tonight under the lights of the PCL, as well as Major League Baseball, courtesy of GE Lighting and the new Reveal light bulb. Check out the new Reveal bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. First pitch, Casey Smith, lines 1 to left. Racing back, Phil Hyatt reaches up at about 10 feet in front of the warning track, hauls it in for out number 1. Casey hit that one on the nose, but basically right at Phil Hyatt. 1 away, that'll bring up Victor Gutierrez, who popped to Chris Burke at second base. There have been some hard-hit balls by the Stingers tonight, but unfortunately for them, at people. They've gone to the 5th in Oklahoma. Edmonton out in front of the Red Hawks 4-2. Pitch on the way, fastball, high ball 1. No score after 1 in Colorado Springs between the Sky Sox and Las Vegas. Now the 1-0. Breaking ball misses downstairs. 2-0 the count. After 1 in Tacoma, Iowa leads the Rainiers 1-0. After 1 in Albuquerque, Tucson's out in front of the Isotopes 1-0. 2 balls, no strikes to Gutierrez. The breaking ball is low for ball 3. Later on, Nashville at Fresno, Portland hosts Omaha, and Sacramento entertains Memphis. Now the pitch. Change up inside, ball 4, and Gutierrez walks on 4 straight. Out of the strike zone from Chris Enoch, who issues his first walk of the ball game. So a runner at first, 1 out to the top of the order, and Zach Sorensen, who's flied to center and bounced to second base. Toronto has scored a run in the bottom of the 8th and now have runners at second and third with 2 out after a passed ball. As the Angels and Blue Jays are tied at 5 in the bottom of the 8th now. Pitch to Sorensen, breaking ball low, and it's 5 in a row that have missed from Chris Enoch, and that'll bring a visit to the mound from catcher John Buck. In the National League, Montreal shut out at home by Atlanta, or at least they're home away from home, San Juan. 5-0. Thompson the winner, 3-2. Day the loser, 3-5. Andrew Jones with a pair of home runs for Atlanta, his 9th and 10th. J.D. Drew hit his 8th for the Braves. After the Astros tied it with 3 in the 7th, the Reds have scored 3 in the 8th to take a 7-4 lead over the slumping Astros. Cincinnati and the Cubs started the day tied for first in the NL Central. 1-0 pitch into the knees, a strike, 1-1. Griffey, Casey, and Kearns have homered for the Reds in that one. Orlando Palmeiro and Lance Berkman have gone deep for Houston. 1 ball, 1 strike on Sorensen. The pitch. A sinker in at the knees, a strike, and it's 1-2. This afternoon, it was Florida pounding Arizona by a final score of 13-5. 1-2 the count on Sorensen. The infield double play depth. The pitch. Bring a bouncing ball, first base side and foul. Handled by the first baseman Huffman over in the coach's box, right in front of Jim Eppert. So the count remains 1-2. Singers have 2 hits, and they both belong to Alex Pelaez. A single in the 2nd and a double in the 5th. Enoch from the belt for 1-2. Inside with a fastball as Sorensen jackknifes to get out of the way. Two balls, 2 strikes. Early in the 3rd in Indianapolis, the Pacers lead the Pistons 43-39. 2-2 pitch on the way. Line to the left field. A base hit by Zach Sorensen. Stopping at second base is Victor Gutierrez, as the Stingers now have runners at first and second with only 1 out. 3rd into the ball game for Salt Lake. So 2 on, 1 out. And the batter will be Brian Gordon, who's been up twice and he's grounded out twice. Once to short and once to second. The runners at first and second base, 1 out. Enoch's ready. The pitch. Fastball in at the knees. A strike, 0-1. 6 innings, the longest that Enoch has gone this year. That was in his last start. Gave up 3 runs, 2 of them earned on 6 hits, and a loss to Tucson. That was over at Tucson Electric Park as Gordon swings and misses over a curveball. The count's 0-2. 0 balls and 2 strikes. Enoch took over in the rotation when Doug Sessions went out with an injury. He's lost his last 2 starts, losing at Las Vegas on that last road trip as well as his loss at Tucson. Now the 2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball. He struck him out. Fastball right in on Brian's hands, and that is strikeout number 3 for Chris Enoch. 2 down here in the 6th. So here's Jake Thrower, who's been up twice and grounded out twice. Once to short and once to second. So Enoch trying to work out of trouble here in the 6th. Escaped in the 5th after giving up a leadoff double and did not allow a run. Here the Stingers had first and second base and 1 out, and he delivers a changeup. The thrower on the outside corner at the knees, 0-1. Now there's runners at first and second, 2 out. Runner at second, Gutierrez. Sorensen at first. Enoch's ready with the 0-1. Thrower takes a curveball low. That evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Fresno in for 4. Then the Stingers head right back on the road. A week from tomorrow, they'll begin an 8-game trip. 4 at Tucson, 4 at Fresno. The 1-1. Fastball strike to the outside corner above the knees, 1-2. So a ball and 2 strikes the count. To Jake Thrower. A few guys that are healthy are probably starting to get worn down. They haven't had a day off in a while. A 1-2 pitch. Low and inside. A ball, 2-2 the count on Thrower. Batting left-handed against the right-hander Enoch. That breeze that had died down earlier has picked up a little bit again, blowing straight out towards left. Now the 2-2 pitch to Thrower. Low and inside, ball 3. So a full count with 2 out. That means the runners at first and second will automatically be on the move with the pitch. With Alex Pelaez due next. 7-0 New Orleans here in the top of the 6th. Now the payoff pitch, the runners go, swinging a ground foul. First base side over near the New Orleans dugout. Scooped up by Gary Gaetti with his cap. He'll find a youngster to toss the souvenir to. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count on Thrower, who spent all or part of every season at AAA since 1999. After being signed in 97. There go the runners. The 3-2 payoff pitch is lined past the diving first baseman Hoffman, who deflected into the New Orleans bullpen. Into score, Thierry Sorensen racing around third. He will score. Now what will go is a 2-run double for Jake Thrower. And it's now the Zephyrs 7 and the Stingers 2. For Thrower, his team leading 13th double and his 16th and 17th runs batted in. A rocket off the bat of Jake, and a diving effort by Huffman who could only slow it down. And so the Stingers finally score here in the 6th. That is their 4th hit of the ball game. And now here's Alex Pelaez. 2 for 2 with a single and a double. And he had the only 2 hits across the first 2 innings, or first 5 innings. There's a curveball low and outside. The right-hand batter, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. A 2-run double by Jake Thrower. Now he knocks from the belt to 1-0. Missed high with fastball. 2-0 to count on Pelaez. Zephyrs 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. Stingers finally breaking through with a pair here in the 6th inning. Edox ready, the 2-0 to Pelaez. Swing and a miss at a high fastball, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. J.L. Henderson, the colorful official scorer here, signifying that pitch he just threw was Chris Edock's 80th of the ball game. 2-1 pitch on the way is fouled back into the screen, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lower the base runner at second. 13 doubles for Jake. That moves him into a tie for 6th in the league in that department. A 2-2. Swung on, ground ball toward short. Frontlet scoops it up, makes the throw, and tosses it across for the out to retire the side. The Stingers get on the board with 2 runs. 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left. After 5 1/2 innings of play, it's now New Orleans 7, and the Stingers 2 on ESPN 1230.
Opportunity's not just knocking, it's pounding. Right now, you can pick a new Honda, motorcycle, scooter, or ATV in stock with 0 down payment and 6.9% fixed APR for up to 5 years through American Honda Finance Corporation. And right now, you can register to win Honda XR80R in a Big Deals Little Wheels program brought to you by Honda and Stedman's. See store for rules and details. So get down to Stedman's Recreation on Main in Tooele. On its available qualified buyers, three example 15 monthly payments of $19.75 for each $1,000 finance. Offer good through May 31st, 2004. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Want to win $1,000? How about $2,000? Okay, not big enough for you. Win $10,000. $11,000. As much as $14,000 in one day. Fort Hall Casino is giving away a total of $114,000 cash starting May 23rd. And now through June 4th, you can earn twice as many entries just by using your Buffalo Club card. That's right. Every weekday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., use your Buffalo Club card and earn double the points and double the entries in the 14th anniversary giveaway. But hurry, time's running out. Entry deadline is 11:59 p.m. on Friday, June 4th. Play often and play a lot, because the more you play, the more chances you have to win. Only at Fort Hall Casino. Big fun, big winners. Exit 80 off 515, just north of Pocatello, Idaho. Visit the Buffalo Club booth to become a member and for complete promotion details. You must be 18 to play and win at Fort Hall Casino.
All right, we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Stingers now trailing by 5 at 7-2. It'll be Kyle Logan, Eric Frontlet, and Chris Burke to face left-hander Dusty Bergman. Logan has struck out and flied to right field. Lefty against lefty here. So the Stingers on the board now. As Bergman's first pitch to Logan. It's a curveball of beauty in for a strike as Logan started to bail out on that 1-0-1 the count. 0 balls, 1 strike to count. Now Bergman's pitch. Swinging a one-hopper over the glove of the pitcher, Bergman. Gutierrez cutting across from his shortstop spot, gloves it and throws him out, and he gloved that ball. A good 10 feet to the first base side of second. Gutierrez came a long way to get to that one. It was deflected by Bergman. So it'll go as a 1-6-3. The scorer is saying it deflected off Bergman. I think it went clear over his glove, but either way, a fine play by Victor Gutierrez, ranging far to his left. 1 out, top of the order. Eric Frontlet 0 for 3. Reached on an error and scored. In the 4th inning, pitch on the way, and curveball inside of the belt, ball 1. Hard to believe it's been 10 years since Michael Jordan played Double-A baseball for the Birmingham Barons. There's a strike called on a curveball, 1-1. Doug Segrest of the Birmingham News wrote a piece yesterday that was pretty interesting. There's a pitch flared down the right field line and sliced foul into the seats. 1-2 the count. About Jordan's season with the Barons. Among the fascinating tidbits was that when a player from the Dominican Republic was struggling to learn English, Jordan offered him $100 for each new English word that the player learned and incorporated into his speech. There's a breaking ball low, 2-2. We all know about the famous bus. That was a new one. There's a changeup outside. And that fills the count at 3-2 on Eric Frontlet. Now Bergman ready, the payoff pitch. Swung on, lifted in the air down the right field line. A long run for Brian Gordon, and he won't be able to get there. That lands down towards the New Orleans bullpen. Activity now in the Stingers bullpen. Right-hander Steve Andrade starting to throw. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count. There's a pitch, looped towards second and caught by Casey Smith on the bill of the cap high catch for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Chris Burke, who's 2 for 3 with a pair of doubles. So 2 out, nobody on. Dusty Bergman, since coming into the ball game, has retired 7 in a row. So 2 out, nobody on. First pitch over for a strike, and it's 0-1 to Chris Burke. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Change up low and outside the right-hand batter. That evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a pitch, swinging a ground ball past Rodriguez down the left field line. Racing over to cut it off his thrower, but digging for 2 is Chris Burke, and he has his 3rd double of the ball game. That's the first hit off Bergman. Hit number 7 for New Orleans. That'll bring up Royce Huffman, who's 0 for 2, plus a walk and a run scored. So a runner at second base and 2 out. With 2 out, a runner in scoring position. Now the pitch. Outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 7-2 New Orleans. We're in the 6th. And people forget that Jordan ranked second on that Birmingham team with 30 stolen bases. The 1-0 fastball is high, ball 2. 2-0 the count. People around the ball club said it wasn't a novelty to Jordan. He was the first player to arrive and the last one to leave on a regular basis. A lot of times he'd have them turn the lights on after a game so he could go out and take some more batting practice. Although he did wind up hitting .202. There's a pitch on the way. Line up the alley in right center field. That's going to split the gap and roll all the way to the warning track. Into score, Burke. Huffman digging around second. Now stopping. It's an RBI double for Royce Huffman. Back-to-back 2-baggers put the Zephyrs on the board here in the 6th. And it's now 8-2 New Orleans. 2 out and nobody on, but Dusty Berkman, who had retired 7 in a row, gives up back-to-back 2-baggers. So the Zephyrs get 1 of the runs back the Stingers put on the board at the top of the inning. And now the batter is Ryan Thompson. First pitch missing for a ball, and it's 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. 8 hits for New Orleans, 7 of them for extra bases. There's a pitch, ground ball. There's a base hit in the left field. Rounding third is Huffman. He'll score as Thrower juggles the ball out in left field. That'll be a base hit and a run batted in for Ryan Thompson, his third of the game. And now it's 9-2 New Orleans. And now here's John Buck. He homered earlier in the ball game. He's 1 for 3. And now here's John Buck. New Orleans is once again ahead by 7. There's a strike call on a breaking ball, and the count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Now Bergman ready to pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2. In the Southern League that year, it drew a record 2.4 million fans. But he wasn't the only two-sport star that year in the Southern League, as Heisman Trophy winner and NFL quarterback Chris Winkie faced the Southern League that year with 87 runs batted in. 3-0-2, change up outside, 1-2 the count on Buck. One and two the count on the right-hand hitting Buck. Now the pitch. Breaking ball inside, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now Bergman ready to pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? No. His first base umpire, Casey Moser, and that fills the count at 3-2. Looked like Buck had gone around, but the umpire says no. Says that Michael Jordan, one of his favorite games to play in the clubhouse before a game was Yahtzee. I don't know. I can't picture Michael Jordan playing Yahtzee. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bergman's payoff pitch with a runner going. The curveball is low. He walked him. First walk issued by Dusty. The 4th given out by Stingers pitching in the ball game, and that'll bring up Phil Hyatt, and that's going to be all. For Mike Crumley, Dusty Bergman retiring 7 in a row before the Zephyrs jump on him for a couple of runs. They still have runners at first and second, 2 out. Steve Andrade about ready to come into the ball game. And so this shakeup in the Stingers lineup brought to you by Jake's Over the Top. And we'll give you the numbers on Steve Andrade when we return after this 1-minute timeout for a pitching change here on ESPN 1230.
You asked for it. Now at Upper Limit Fitness, we're pleased to announce that our new clearance zone is in all 3 of our stores. The Upper Limit Clearance Zone is a store within a store, bursting at the seams with fantastic savings on new and used quality fitness equipment. You'll discover unbelievable savings on strength equipment, treadmills, bikes, free weights, and gyms. You'll find reconditioned exercise equipment with factory warranty, special deals on benches and bikes, dumbbell racks up to 70% off, Olympic 300-pound sets with base and weights as low as $119, with weight plates for under 30 cents a pound. Our clearance zone is a great place to save on quality fitness equipment, new and used, demos and odds and ends. Check out the great deals on top quality treadmills, bikes, home gyms, and free weights, all at huge clearance zone discounts. Come into any Upper Limit location and look for the clearance zone sign and get ready to save. Upper Limit Fitness, 815 West 2400 South in Salt Lake, 1345 South State in Orem, and at the corner of Vandelope and Hillfield Road in Layton.
Right-hander Steve Andrade makes his second appearance since coming off the disabled list. The first time around, he faced 4 batters, gave up 2 hits and a pair of walks. Overall, this is his 11th outing of the season. In 10 1/3 innings, he's given up 12 hits, 7 runs. All of them earned. He has struck out 15 and walked 6. Andrade 0-1 with 3 saves and a 6.10 earned run average. PCL is batting at even 300 against right-hander Steve Andrade. The first batter he'll face, Phil Hyatt. Runners at first and second with 2 out. New Orleans back out in front by 7 at 9-2. Hyatt tonight is single, walked, and fouled out to the catcher, Nieves. So Andrade ready to go. First pitch on the way, and it's a breaking ball, and it's an ease for strike 0-1. Andrade, 6'1", 220 in his 4th year out of Cal State Stanislaus. He was a 32nd round draft pick in 2001 by the Angels. Now the pitch. Checked his swing on a slider. Did he go around? No. First place umpire Casey Mosley. The count is even, a 1 ball and 1 strike. Game 2 of this series tomorrow, 5:45 for the on-deck circle. 6:05 first pitch. Now the 1-1. Swinging a ground ball towards the hole and through into left field, a base hit. Here comes Thompson. He'll score on the bobble by thrower and left. On to third base goes Buck, and it's now 10-2 New Orleans. That run will be charged. So a single and an RBI for Hyatt. Buck goes to third on the error. In left field by thrower. 3rd Stinger's error of the ball game. Now here's Jason Alfaro. Boy, this inning started so peacefully. The first 2 batters being retired, but 5 in a row have reached since on 4 hits and a walk. First pitch, breaking ball, low and outside. Ball 1 to Jason Alfaro is 0 for 3. He stops to second. Flied to right and grounded to short. 1 ball, no strikes, the pitch. Fastball, low and away, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Ten to 2 New Orleans. Now the delivery. Fastball is low. Ball 3. 3-0 the count. A wide one here would load him up. Three balls, no strikes. Be careful here. They've been swinging on 3-0 tonight. Not here. The fastball says that he's a strike 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike to count on Jason Alfaro. Andrade ready. The 3-1 pitch. Slider misses low and outside. Ball four, a slurve, I should say. So a single and a walk. Andrade now, since coming off the disabled list, has faced 6 batters and has yet to record an out. So now the base is loaded with 2 outs for Rob Ryan, who hit a solo homer in the second. Since then, he's grounded to first and flied to right field. So base is loaded, 2 outs. Runner at third is Buck. Hyatt at second. Alfaro at first. Andrade ready to pitch. Strike at ease. And we got the slurve over, and the count's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Infield back, the outfield straight away. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball, right side, diving stop at first by Pelaez. Throws to the pitcher, Andrade, covering in time for the out. A line play by Alex Pelaez with a diving stop to his right to keep that one from getting through and scoring 2 more runs. As it is, the Zephyrs score 3 here in the 6th on 4 hits, 1 error, and 3 runners left on base. After 6 complete, it's New Orleans 10, the Stingers 2 on ESPN 1230.
Spring is here, and that means shorter nights. But just because there's more daylight doesn't mean you don't still need better everyday lighting. Your local Ace Hardware stores and GE Lighting can help. GE Lighting has replaced the ordinary incandescent bulb with the new Reveal bulb. Reveal bulbs make colors so crisp, clean, that you truly see the difference. Guaranteed. Reveal bulbs from GE Lighting at your local Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place.
Put some zing into your spring the entire month of May at Fort Hall Casino. Win $500 cash every hour noon till midnight every Saturday in May. That's right. Fort Hall Casino is giving away 500 big ones all day long on Saturday. Register for Fort Hall Casino's Spring Fling giveaway at the Buffalo Club booth and get 1 free entry. Earn additional entries by playing Fort Hall Casino's 900 gaming machines using your Buffalo Club card. The more you play, the more entries you earn and the more chances you have to win. Not a Buffalo Club member? No problem. Sign up at the Players Club booth and get your card on the spot. Win $500. 12 big winners, noon till midnight. Every Saturday in May, it's the unbelievable Spring Fling giveaway. Only at Fort Hall Casino. Big fun, big winners. Exit 80 off 515 just north of Pocatello, Idaho. Visit the Buffalo Club booth to become a member and for complete promotion details. You must be 18 to play and win at Fort Hall Casino.
KHUS Murray, Salt Lake City.
Takes roll the crowd down the hook.
This is the ESPN Radio AM 1230.
Slam bus to the left hand.
Worldwide leader in sports on Citadel Broadcasting Station.
Finally go to the 7th inning. It's a 10-2 ball game now in favor of New Orleans. Will Nieves, Gary Johnson, and Javi Rodriguez due up. To face Chris Enoch. Nieves is lined into a double play and grounded out to short. 10 runs, 10 hits, no errors for New Orleans. 2-4-2 for the Stingers. First pitch swinging. Nieves pops it up foul. First base side out of play. Strike 1. So Chris Enoch's working into the 7th for the first time this year. Nobody throwing right now down in the Zephyr bullpen. Time now for a look at this date in baseball history, brought to you by Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. Just 20 minutes in the ballpark. Visit Stedman's, where you deal with the owner, not a salesman. 1 strike on Nieves. The pitch swung on and lined on the left field line, hooking just foul down near the Stingers bullpen, and the count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. It was on this date in 2002 that the pilot of a small plane carrying the remains of an Abbott Mariners fan attempts to drop the ashes above Safeco Field, but the canister bounces off the stadium roof and lands on the street. Fear of an attack brings police and firemen rushing to the stadium. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Enoch starts his motion for the 0-2. Low and outside a breaking ball. 1-2 the count. Giants on this date in 2000 beat the Expos 18-0. Pitcher Sean Estes hits a grand slam. Now the 1-2. Breaking ball again, this time into the dirt. 2-2 the count on Nieves. On this date in 1995, the White Sox and the Rangers play the longest doubleheader in Major League history, taking 7 hours and 39 minutes to complete the twin bill. Chicago won the opener 10-8. Texas the nightcap 13-6. 2-2 to Nieves, swung on and lifted in the air towards right center field and shallow, racing in Kyle Logan on the run, drops the ball. Got there in plenty of time, trying to make a fine running catch. He had to go a long way, but he got there and had it bounce out of his mitt. That'll be an error on Kyle Logan, the center fielder. First error of the ball game, charged to the Zephyrs. And for Kyle Logan in center field, that's just his second miscue of the season. So now a runner at first, nobody out for Gary Johnson, called out on strikes in the second, topped up to short in the fifth. Pitch, breaking ball low, ball one. 1-0 the count. On this date in 1994, the Cardinals set a new Major League record for futility by stranding 16 base runners in a 4-0 shutout loss to the Phillies. As Johnson checks his swing on a breaking ball outside, they appeal. And no swing, says third base umpire John McMasters. 2 balls, no strikes the count. Now Enoch's ready to pitch. Johnson grounds one foul off his front foot. That hurts. Trying to walk it off. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. On this date in 1993, the Mariners beat the Angels 4-3 in 14 innings, and during the course of the game, Angels outfielder Luis Polonia ties an American League record by being caught stealing 3 times. For New Orleans, a left-hander in the bullpen. As Chris Enoch again already has gone longer than any start this year. Two balls and a strike the count on Johnson. Now Enoch's ready to pitch. Long on and lofted into right center field. The right fielder racing over. Rob Ryan will get there, and he'll put it away for out number 1. So Johnson flies out. 1 down. That'll bring up Javi Rodriguez, who's 0 for 2. He has struck out and fly to right. $2,091. The small paid crowd here in New Orleans on 60s night. For the youngsters who work for the team, it's nostalgia for many of us. Real life. There's a swing and a miss. A strike 0-1. On this date in 1993, only 15 fans were in the stands, including 2 scouts and a mascot, at the start of the daytime doubleheader when the Quad City River Bandits met the Rockford Royals in a Class A Midwest League twin bill. The 0-1, Rodriguez takes a breaking ball in the dirt. That evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at first, 1 out for the Stingers here in the 7th. They trail 10-2. Enoch's ready to pitch. Rodriguez swings and lines this one up the alley in right center field. A long run for Ryan. He won't get there. That ball hits the lawn and rolls to the warning track. On to third goes Nieves. They're going to wave him around. Here's the throw to the plate, and he will score just ahead of the swipe by John Buck. It's an RBI double for Javi Rodriguez, and it's now a 10-3 ball game. As Nieves scores all the way from first on that one. Rodriguez' first double of the season, and that is his 2nd run batted in. So a 10-3 ball game. That is the 5th hit for Salt Lake in the contest. Their 3rd double. Right now, a visit to the mound by pitching coach Jim Hickey for the Zephyrs. Buy some time for the lefty in the bullpen. And Stingers home on Friday night. It's a big fireworks night, the second fireworks show of the season, so make plans to be there when the Stingers open up the series against the Fresno Grizzlies. 6:30 Friday night, 6:30 Saturday night, 2 o'clock Sunday afternoon, and 6:30 Monday night. So the meeting has adjourned. Runner at second base, one out for Casey Smith, who lied to Phil Hyatt in deep left field his last time up. First pitch to Smith here, and it's low and outside, ball one, backhanded by the catcher Buck. On this date in 1978 in the Florida State League game, Tampa pushes 18 runs across the plate in the fourth inning of a 20-2 win over Daytona Beach. The 1-0 pitch. Long on, that's lifted in the air towards right. Rob Ryan kept underneath this one, and he'll make the catch for the out, and Rodriguez will hold at second base. So Smith flies to right, 2 down for Victor Gutierrez, who's popped up and walked and scored a run. That 18-run inning, which lasts over an hour, features 9 hits, 6 walks, 3 errors, 3 wild pitches, 2 fastballs, and an obstruction call. 15 of those 18 runs were scored before the inning's first out is recorded. So the first pitch, a breaking ball low to Victor Gutierrez, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. Runner at second base, 2 out, an unearned run in for the Stingers here, as will any subsequent run in this inning. Now Enoch from the stretch with a 1-0. We had a high chopper over at third and into left field, a base hit. Rodriguez around third will score as Victor Gutierrez beats that one into the turf. And it bounces over the head of the third baseman, Alfaro. It's an RBI single for Victor Gutierrez, and that makes it a 10-4 ball game in favor of New Orleans. And that's going to be all for Chris Enoch, who goes 6 2/3 innings, his longest outing of the year. That's going to be all for the Zephyrs starter. We'll be back to tell you about the New Orleans pitcher when we return after this 1-minute timeout for a pitching change here on ESPN 1230.
Home equity loans are easy to get at Mountain America Credit Union. Easier, perhaps, than deciding what to do with the money.
We could get a deck and a hot tub.
Remodel the bathroom and a jetted tub.
Once you make up your mind, you'll pay no appraisal fees, no origination fees, no closing costs, and no annual fees at Mountain America.
A snowmobile.
Try a snow blower.
While you're deciding what to do with the money, call or visit Mountain America Credit Union or log on to mtnamerica.org.
How about a widescreen TV?
How about storm windows with screens?
At Mountain America Credit Union, we make getting home equity loans easy. So get approved.
An ATV.
A riding lawnmower.
Unfortunately, we're no help at all when it comes to deciding what to do with the money.
Oh, come on, lighten up. Okay, let's get a fishing boat.
Oh, you want water? We'll take a cruise.
Mountain America Credit Union. Member NCUA and equal opportunity lender.
Left-hander Sean Babula comes on to pitch now for the New Orleans Zephyrs, a 6'1", 183-pound lefty in his 6th year of professional baseball from Burlington, New Jersey. Babula making his 19th appearance of the year, all out of the bullpen. In 19 innings, he's given up 28 hits, 20 runs, 18 of them earned. He has walked 10 and struck out 12, hit 2 batters, thrown 1 wild pitch, and surrendered 1 home run. Babula 2-1 with an 8.53 earned run average in the PCL, batting .337. Against Sean Babula, can't close the books on Enoch's line. He's responsible for a runner at first base. Although, again, the 2 runs in this inning, and if Gutierrez scores, a 3rd run would all be unearned. The Stingers once again have got themselves within 6 at 10-4. So here's Zach Sorensen 1 for 3. He singled his last time up, and it came around to score. Sorensen turning around to bat right-handed against the lefty. Babulu is picked up by the Astros from Baltimore in the Rule 5 draft last December. First pitch on the way. Fastball high and outside. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. The count. The left-hander ready. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss with a fastball. That evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the catcher, John Buck, going to the mound to have a word with the lefty. Bull last year was at Frederick in the Carolina League with 7-1 in 37 appearances with 1 save. The 16th round draft pick of the Orioles in 1999. Babula is out of the Philadelphia College of Textile. 1-1 pitch, fastball strike, 0-1. Not only can they play baseball, but they make their own uniforms. 1-2 the count. Runner at first, 2 outs and 2 in. Toronto scores in the 10th and beats the Angels 6-5. Swing and a miss at a slow curve. Sorensen goes down swinging, and that retires the side. The Stingers get 2 runs on 2 hits. 1 error and 1 runner left on the base paths. 7th inning stretch time here at the ballpark, brought to you by Upper Limit Fitness, now with 3 locations, Salt Lake, Orem, and Layton. Upper Limit Fitness will help you stretch a little further. After 6.5, it's New Orleans 10, the Stingers 4 on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM. Drive J.D. Power's #1 rated midsize car, the Hyundai Sonata, for $216 a month with 0 down. Test drive the Hyundai Sonata at your friendly Wasatch Front Hyundai dealer today. Westland Hyundai in Ogden, Kengarf Hyundai downtown Salt Lake, Intermountain Hyundai South Salt Lake, Riverton Hyundai in Sandy, and University Hyundai in Orem.
The car buying experience is just like a casino. The dealer holds all the cards, and there's no way you can win the game.
Loser!
You know, I've always wondered why they call us dealers.
Welcome to the Mark Marine Minutes, your no-nonsense answers to your car buying and credit questions.
My car dealership is focused on all the important details of your credit and car purchase. For example, the fault in the credit world. The fault in the credit world is no one takes the time to make sure your credit reads correctly. Your remedy and your solution for a negative on your credit rarely makes it past the creditor's books and computers. So what can you do? Marine Credit Systems will do that extra work to get you the best money available with the best conditions possible. And that's a must when you buy a car.
Wow. Call Marine Credit Systems now at 467-9980. Marine Credit Systems, 467-9980. 467-9980.
Well, we go to the bottom of the 7th inning here in New Orleans. 10-4 now the score in favor of the Zephyrs. Steve Andrade out there to face Kyle Logan, Eric Bruntlin, and Chris Burke, the same trio that opened up last inning as the Zephyrs batted around and scored 3. So here we go. The leadoff hitter, Kyle Logan. He's 0 for 3. Retired on a ground ball his last time up. They're swinging a looper into shallow left center field. That's going to land on the lawn for a base hit just beyond Gutierrez and in front of Sorensen. And so Logan has a base hit. That is the 11th hit of the ball game for the Zephyrs. So here's Eric Bruntlett now, who's 0 for 4. Reached once on an error. So 11 hits now in the ball game. For the New Orleans Zephyrs, as lefty Yoshi Mizuo is up in the Stingers bullpen. The pitch, breaking ball, low and outside the right-hand batter. Ball 1. Bruntlett did have a short stint with the Astros earlier this year. Appeared in 3 games, all as a pinch hitter, going 1 for 3 with a double. Now Andrade's pitch, change up over for a strike. That evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield looking to turn 2 as they're halfway. Andrade steps off and tosses to first. Time now to find out who's hot and who's cold to the PCL. Brought to you by your Bryant Heating and Cooling dealers. To keep cool this summer and warm next winter, visit any of your Utah area Bryant Heating and Cooling dealers. Again, who's cold? Well, the Stingers continue to struggle. They've lost 6 in a row. And trailing here 10-4. Pitch low and outside for a ball. 2-1 the count. They dropped 23 of their last 29. Also hitting the skids a bit is Las Vegas. They've lost 5 in a row. Stingers now trail in their division by more than anybody else in any other division. They're 9.5 behind Tacoma. There's a slurve over for a strike to the outside corner at the knees, 2-2. And it's 405 with a record of 17-25. The Stingers have the lowest winning percentage in the league. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Go to first base and the runner's back. Conversely, on the hot side, Oklahoma tonight scored 6 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. They now lead Edmonton 9-4 in their bid for a 6th consecutive win. Albuquerque's trying to win their 7th in a row, but they trailed Tucson 7-0 in the 4th. Breaking ball low and outside, and that fills the count at 3-2. Those are the teams who are hot and cold of the PCL, brought to you by your Bryant Heating and Cooling dealers. Three balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first, nobody out here in the 7th. 10-4 New Orleans. The pitch with the runner going, swung on and packed up into shallow. Right, Brian Gordon racing in. The right fielder's there, and he'll make the catch for the out as Casey Smith, the second baseman, going out. Peels out of the way just in time. 1 out. Here's Chris Burke. All he's done tonight is go 3 for 4, and all 3 of his hits have been doubles. 1 run batted in and 2 runs scored for the right-hand batter. We mentioned earlier Chris Enoch, the starting pitcher for the Zephyrs, with the 6th largest signing bonus in A's history. Burt, in 2001, signed the largest bonus, and still is the largest bonus in Houston history. Swinging and a miss with a slur, strike 1 at $2,125,000. But he's been on the fast track. They decide not to re-sign Jeff Kent for second base. Burt could very likely step in next year. The 0-1. Slurve again. This time the swing is checked in time by Burke, and the count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Angels falling at Toronto tonight, as we mentioned, 6-5. Now the 1-1. Fastball strike on the inside corner at the knees, 1-2. Casey Kotzman went 1 for 5 in the lineup, the former Provo Angels. Bring him up for a specific reason. Coming into tonight's game, he had not struck out in his first 46 big league plate appearances. 1-2 pitch, chops up the middle. Gutierrez gloves it, steps on second. That's 1 over to first. That's 2. 6-3 double play to get out of the inning. And with that double play, You've got another $5 being donated to the United Way, courtesy of Taco Maker. No runs, 1 hit. Nobody left out at the end of 7. It's New Orleans 10 and the Stingers 4 on ESPN 1230.
Picture you and the family in Southern California in June, enjoying the sun, the ocean, an Angels game, and the fun of Disneyland. Imagine air transportation for 4 from JetBlue, offering daily nonstop service to Long Beach Airport. 4 tickets to an Anaheim Angels game, 2 nights deluxe lodging, and 4 one-day passes to the Disneyland Resort, including the Magic Kingdom and California Adventures. Listen to the Steve Brown Show each weekday at 2 or Jazz Talk at 4 for details on 1320 KK.
You asked for it. Now at Upper Limit Fitness, we're pleased to announce that our new clearance zone is in all 3 of our stores. The Upper Limit Clearance Zone is a store within a store, bursting at the seams with fantastic savings on new and used quality fitness equipment. You'll discover unbelievable savings on strength equipment, treadmills, bikes, free weights, and gyms. You'll find reconditioned exercise equipment with factory warranty, special deals on benches and bikes, dumbbell racks up to 70% off, Olympic 300-pound sets with base and weights as low as $119, with weight plates for under 30 cents a pound. Our clearance zone is a great place to save on quality fitness equipment, new and used, demos and odds and ends. Check out the great deals on top quality treadmills, bikes, home gyms, and free weights, all at huge clearance zone discounts. Come into any Upper Limit location and look for the clearance zone sign and get ready to save. Upper Limit Fitness, 815 West 2400 South in Salt Lake, 1345 South State in Orem, and at the corner of Antelope and Hillfield Road in Layton.
Well, we go to the 8th inning. Stingers trailing by 6. Score of the ball game is 10-4 in favor of New Orleans. Brian Gordon to start things off for the Stingers. Here in the 8th, he'll be followed by Jake Thrower and Alex Pelaez as Gordon swings and fouls it back into the screen. Strike 1. Brian 0 for 3. Casey Kosman, by the way, did strike out in his 3rd plate appearance of the night, so he had 48 consecutive, his first 48 plate appearances in the big leagues before striking out finally on the 49th. The 0-1 to Gordon, fastball outside of the belt, that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. All season long, be on the lookout for the Geico Insurance run of the game. I'll tell you about it here after the 1-1 pitch to Gordon. From Sean Babula. Bringing a ground foul, first base side, 1-2 the count. The first time the Stingers go up by 2 runs or more after the 5th inning, that's the Geico Insurance run. Rex Olson, your local Geico rep, will donate $10 to the Air Force Fund for every Geico Insurance run of the game. So far this season, there have been 11, making the total donation so far $110. 1-2 the count on Gordon. The pitch, swinging a ground ball back to first. Fielded on the second hop by Huffman. He'll take it 5 steps to the bag for the out. So Gordon retired, 1 away. That'll bring up Jake Thrower. Thrower with a 2-run double his last time at bat. Final numbers on Chris Enoch's now available. 6 2/3 innings of work. 6 hits allowed. 4 runs, only 2 of them earned. Struck out 3 and walked 1. Now the pitch on the way, and it's a fastball in for a strike. 0-1. Yoshi Mizuo up in the Stingers bullpen. We'll see him come on in the bottom of the 8th, it would appear. No balls, 1 strike to count. Now Babula's pitch. Change up high and outside, a ball that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. All the major league games have been finished now. Now the 1-1 offering. Tried to hold up on a breaking ball, couldn't do it, and the count's 1-2. Then Toronto beat Anaheim 6-5 in the 10th. National League, Florida pounded Arizona 13-5. It was Atlanta shutting out Montreal 5-0, and Cincinnati knocked off Houston 7-5. 1-2 pitch to Thrower. Curveball low and inside of the right-hand batter, and that evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Alex Pelaez due next. Updating you on that basketball game. 5:20 to go. Detroit leading at Indiana by 4. 63-59 as Thrower takes low for a ball. That fills the count at 3-2. Beautiful new hotel that the Zephyrs are putting the visiting team up in, but it is a little bit high on the high-end side. 3-2 pitch on the way. Low ball 4. He walked him. So Thrower gets the base on balls. First issued by Babula. And the second given out by New Orleans pitching in the ball game. The 1-on-1 out for Alex Pelaez, who's 2 for 3. I'm not 100% sure about this, but I've got the feeling that it's the kind of hotel where if you have to blow your nose and take a Kleenex out of the box, it's going to cost you $1. Pitch on the way. Swinging a chopper right side. Second baseman Burke fields it. Shovels to second for 1. Frontlets relay at plenty of time for the inning-ending 4-6-3 double play. No runs, no hits. A walker with the double play. Nobody left on base. We move to the bottom of the 8th inning. It remains New Orleans 10, the Stingers 4 on ESPN 1230.
Opportunity's not just knocking, it's pounding. Right now, you can pick a new Honda, motorcycle, scooter, or ATV in stock with 0 down payment and 6.9% fixed APR for up to 5 years to American Honda Finance Corporation. And right now, you can register to win a Honda XR80R in a Big Deals Little Wheels program brought to you by Honda and Stedman's. See store for rules and details. So get down to Stedman's Recreation on Main in Tooele. Finance available to qualified buyers. Payment example, 16 monthly payments of $19.75 for each $1,000 finance. Offer good through May 31st, 2004. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Soldier, it's the 2nd year anniversary of Ken Garf of Ogden. Do you know what that means?
No, sir.
It means for 2 years now, Northern Utah have received outstanding prices, service, and selection as the only Ogden dealer with 6 different manufacturers under one roof. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And Ken Garf of Ogden gives you an additional warranty up to 10 years or 250,000 miles. Stand to attention and learn more.
Thank you, General Ogden. All GMC Pontiac Buicks sold at invoice and you keep the rebate, excluding crew cats. Rebates on GMC trucks are up to $4,000. Enter to win a $1,000 package from the Sportsman's Warehouse. The great indoors for those who love the great outdoors. GMC, we are professional grade. See dealer for details.
Soldiers, I'm darn proud of y'all for shopping at Ken Garf of Ogden.
Ken Garf of Ogden at 900 West Riverdale Road backs up every car they sell.
Steve Hockey back with you down at the Bayou as the Zephyrs of New Orleans is leading the Stingers 10-4. It'll be Roy Sussman, Ryan Thompson, and John Buck to face the left-handed offerings of Yoshi Mizuo, making his 11th appearance of the season in a Salt Lake uniform in 14 2/3 innings. He's given up 15 hits, 10 runs, all earned. He has walked 11 and struck out 9. Mizuo 0-1 with a 6.14 earned run average. The PCL batting .259 against left-hander Yoshi Mizuo. For Yoshi, this will be his first outing since Saturday, when he worked an inning in the 3rd, gave up 2 hits, no runs, with a strikeout and no walks at Oklahoma. He's not allowed a run over his last 3 appearances, totaling 3 in the 3rd inning. Steve Andrade went an inning in the 3rd, gave up 2 hits, no runs, with a walk and no strikeouts. So here's Royce Huffman to lead it off. Doubled in a run and scored his last time up as the Zephyrs scored 3 in the 6th. Pitch on the way, swinging a ground ball, scooped up on the 3rd, hot by Gutierrez, who fires it over to first for the out. 1 pitch, 1 away here in the New Orleans 8th. That'll bring up Ryan Thompson, who's 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored and 3 runs batted in. Stay tuned after the game for our Stingers Ace Hardware MHP, the most helpful player of the game. Brought to you by your locally owned Ace Hardware store. So here's Thompson, who has one of the 3 home runs tonight by the Zephyrs. 2 already. The pitch. Breaking ball, low and inside the right-hand batter. Ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Right-hander up for the New Orleans bullpen. Now the pitch, swinging a tap foul at home plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Right-hander Miguel Saladin throwing down to the bullpen. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch swung on and lined into left field, a base hit. So Ryan Thompson has his 3rd hit of the ball game. That is hit number 12 for the Zephyrs. So here's John Buck, 1 for 3. That one, a 2-run homer back in the 3rd. Zephyrs last night had a 5-run lead heading into the 9th and could not hold it, as Edmonton won it here 11-10. Snapping New Orleans' 4-game winning streak. Swing and a miss, a strike, 0-1. They've not won 5 in a row since June of 2002. They've had 8 4-game winning streaks since then. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch, breaking ball to the dirt, scooped up by the catcher Davis, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ten to 4 New Orleans. They jumped out 7-0 after 4 innings. And have not looked back. One ball, 1 strike. The pitch, swing and a miss at a breaking ball. 1-2. 1-2 the count on Buck. In the 9th, the Stingers will have Davis, Johnson, and Rodriguez, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, due up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Low and outside for a ball. 2-2 the count. Again tomorrow, the matchup, it'll be Chris Butchek for the Stingers against Kurtz High School grad Jared Fernandez. 2-2 curveball, low and inside, fills the count on Buck at 3-2. With Buck's behind the plate, it'll be all Salt Lake Battery, with Fernandez representing Kearns and Buck representing Taylorsville. So an all West Side Battery to boot. 3-2 payoff. Pitch is a fastball high. He walked him. Second walk issued to Buck tonight. First by Mizuho. So now runners at first and second base. 1 out for Phil Hyatt, who's 2 for 3. An RBI single his last time up. Veteran Phil Hyatt. Singer, he's been in AAA a long time. He's faced Salt Lake in each. This will be the 5th consecutive year he's faced Salt Lake. Now the pitch. In at the knees, a strike, 0-1. His best year against Salt Lake was against the Stingers in 2001 with Las Vegas. Hitting .429, going 15 for 35 with 4 doubles, 4 homers, and 11 runs batted in. 0-1 pitch, swinging a chopper towards third. Charging in Rodriguez. Tags the runner and then throws to first for the double play. Tagging Ryan Thompson on the way by to start the inning, ending 5-3 double play. And another $5 goes to the folks at the United Way, courtesy of Taco Maker. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We go now to the top of the 9th. It's New Orleans 10 and the Stingers 4 on ESPN 1230.
Do you remember the quality of service and car care your parents used to talk about? The honesty, knowledge, and experience? I'll tell you what, With 15 years of experience, the guys at Custom Auto will give you all of that and more. All the mechanics at Custom Auto are ASE certified master technicians, honest, reliable, and will get the job done right. And unlike the big dogs, your car will be done when they say it'll be done. Remember, at Custom Auto, they work on all makes and models, any and all repairs. No job is too big or too small. Now featuring interstate battery installation and warranty replacement center. So call 487-6124 to make an appointment. Or just stop in Custom Auto at 1465 South, 7th East in Salt Lake City. Whether you need to service your engine or you have a bigger problem with your vehicle, you need to see the guys at Custom Auto with the latest in technology and old-time service. Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. And tell them K-Fan sent you. Remember, Custom Auto, the only name in auto repair.
Make sure your equipment's ready for a productive season with a visit to Brigham Implement. It's the perfect time of year to take care of all your pre-season equipment maintenance and repairs. Plus, make the most of your Case Credit Advantage account and make no payments and pay no interest until October 1st, 2004, with a minimum $750 purchase of genuine Case IH parts or related services. Offer good May 1st through July 31st, 2004. So visit Brigham Implement today and take advantage of genuine Case IH values, subject to credit qualifications.
Miguel Saladin, who could not retire any of the three batters he faced last night, leading to 3 Edmonton runs. 3 of the 5 they scored to tie it in the 9th inning. Comes out to try to finish it off tonight. Saladin making his 15th appearance of the year and 21 in the 3rd inning. He's given up 20 hits, 14 runs, all earned. He has struck out 13 and walked 8. Saladin 1-1 with 1 save at a 5.91 earned run average. The PCL hitting .256 against right-hander Miguel Saladin. Will Nieves to lead things off. He's 0 for 3, reaching on an error and scoring his last time up. Saladin, 5'11", 200 pounds in his 9th professional season. Saladin ready to pitch. Fastball high and inside. Ball 1. Stingers 3 outs away from setting a new franchise record with their 7th straight loss, and also a record with their 7th straight road loss. They lost the last 2 games they played in Tacoma. The only 2 games they played in Tacoma. After winning the final game of the series in Portland, as Saladin pours in a fastball at the knees for a strike. 1-1. Don Babula, an inning in the 3rd. No hits, no runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout for New Orleans. Here's a pitch, swung on. Popped up, shallow right. The second baseman, Burt, out. And he'll make the catch about 20 feet off the lawn for out number 1. So 1 away. Here's Gary Johnson, who's 0 for 3. Tough times for the Stingers. They're putting forth the effort, but right now with the injuries and the call-ups, it's a little thin out there. Nothing against the guys who are here, but there are some that would not be AAA players without the situation. There's a pitch, a fastball in at the knees, a strike, and it's 0-1. Another unfortunate record they may be closing in on is the Stingers. A loss tonight would put them 9 games below 500. Their record low below the break-even point is 10 games under. Breaking ball low and inside, 1-1 to the left-hand batter. They've done that 3 times before in franchise history. 1 ball, 1 strike. Possibility Barry Wesson will be back in the lineup tomorrow. He's been out with a strained quad. There's a fastball inside at the knees, 2-1. Miguel Saladin signed as a free agent for the Astros in December of 1995. 5-6 with 3 saves last year for New Orleans. No decisions in 2 appearances against Salt Lake with an ERA over 13. 2-1 pitch is lined toward left center field. Logan on the run, now slows down and looks towards the alley to make the catch for out number 2. One of a handful, or maybe more than a handful of balls that the Stingers have hit hard, but in somebody's neighborhood. So now 2 outs. And the Stingers down to their last out. The batter, Javi Rodriguez, doubled in a run his last go-around. Later scored in that inning. The right-hander Saladin ready to pitch. Swinging a foul. Bouncing off the glove of the catcher Buck. Strike one. Saladin with a mid-90s fastball and a slider. A slider that he needs to continue to work on and get better command of, according to one scouting report. No balls, one strike the count. Saladin's pitch. Fastball slices the outside corner just under the belt, and the count's 0-2. No balls, two strikes. A few fans that are here applauding Saladin, trying to push him over the top to end the ball game as the right-hander deals. Slider outside, a ball 1-2. Didn't miss by much, but it did miss. 1-2 the count on Rodriguez. Saladin peers in, gets the sign. The right-hander ready for the 1-2. Low and outside, a fastball. 2-2 the count on Rodriguez. His double in the 7th extended his hitting streak. He has hit safely in all 6 games that he has played in since his promotion from Rancho Cucamonga. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now Saladin's pitch. Breaking ball, low and outside, fills the count at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. It looks like Rasheed Wallace's guarantee may come true. The Pistons lead the Pacers 71-67 with 19 seconds to go. 3-2 pitch, a looping liner, cut for the shortstop frontman, and the ball game is over. And the skid reaches 7. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Final score here tonight at Zephyr Field in Metairie, Louisiana. The New Orleans Zephyrs 10 and the Salt Lake Stingers 4. We'll be back with the 10th inning show right after this here on ESPN 1230.
This has been Salt Lake Stingers baseball. Stay tuned for a complete wrap-up of tonight's game. The 10th inning show is coming up next on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Why are we turning here?
To look at used cars.
I thought we were going to Gus Paulus.
We are.
Gus is in West Valley City. This is Jordan Landing.
Right.
Did I miss something?
He's growing.
Who's growing?
Gus.
Growing? At his age? Imagine that. No more short jokes, no more booster seats at restaurants, no more ads with half a head.
Huh?
Oh, man, Gus is finally growing. And if he can grow, maybe we can all grow.
Oh.
This is a sign. It gives the world new hope.
Honey.
It's a miracle.
His dealership is growing.
What?
They've expanded. This is their new used car lot.
Oh. Well, that's kind of miraculous, isn't it?
If you say so.
I do.
Gus may not be getting any taller, but with a new dealership at Jordan Landing, his service and selection keeps getting better.
Hey, I wonder if I'm still growing.
I wonder.
Want to measure me when we get home?
I'm not sure you're coming home.
Aw.
The Gus Paulos Auto Group. With Gus, anything is possible.
KJQS Murray, Salt Lake City. This is the ESPN Radio AM 1230. And he throws deep. Worldwide leader in sports. A broadcasting station. The game is over and the fans are leaving the ballpark. It's time now for the 10th inning show. A complete wrap-up of tonight's game with a look at the rest of the Pacific Coast League and Major League Baseball. This is the 10th inning show on ESPN 1230 AM. Now let's go back to the ballpark with the voice of the Stingers, Steve Klauke.
Well, welcome back to New Orleans for the 10th inning show as the Salt Lake Stingers' utility stretch reaches 7 games as the Stingers fall to the New Orleans Zephyrs tonight by a final score of 10-4. Here are the final totals in tonight's ball game for the Zephyrs: 10 runs on 12 hits, 1 error, and they've left 8 men on base. For the Stingers, 4 runs on 6 hits. They commit 3 errors and leave 3 men on base. The winning pitcher, Chris Enoch, now 2-4. The loser, Brandon Emanuel, drops to 0-3. Time of the game, 2 hours, 43 minutes. The paid attendance here tonight, just 2,091, and they saw the Zephyrs jump out ahead 3-0, 4 batters into the bottom of the first inning. As Chris Burke doubled with 1 out, Royce Huffman reached on an error by the shortstop Gutierrez, allowing Burke to score. Then Ryan Thompson belted a 2-run homer, and just like that, it was a 3-0 New Orleans lead. And by the time the Stingers could turn off the faucet, 7 runs had come across over the first 4 innings without any going back in the other direction. So 7-0 after 4. So Stingers once again had to try to play come from behind. They did score 4 runs, but as it turned out, once again, that wasn't enough. So again, franchise record's been set with the team's 7th consecutive loss overall. And it's also their 7th consecutive loss at home, on the road. And that in itself is a record as well, a streak that they will once again put forth an effort to try to stop here tomorrow. And the Stingers and Zephyrs square off in Game 2. Ryan Thompson, the big bat tonight, one of the big bats, I should say, for New Orleans, as he went 3 for 4 with a homer and 3 runs batted in. John Buck drove in 2 with a home run. Rob Ryan hit a solo homer. Chris Burke had 3 hits, and they were all doubles in the ball game. So a lot of hitting stars in the ball game for the New Orleans Zephyrs. For the Stingers, 2 hits for Alex Pelaez and 2 RBI apiece for Jake Thrower and Javi Rodriguez. But it wasn't enough as the Zephyrs come out on top by a final score of 10-4. We'll check the other scores in baseball right after this on ESPN 1230.
Oh, it was one for the money, 2 for the show, a 3 to get ready. Now go, can't go. Jake's over the top, baby. Yeah.
Let me tell you about Jake's Over the Top. The name comes from the insane way their monster shakes rises inches above the top of the cup. A mountain of ice cream blended with fresh fruit, nuts, candy, and cookies. Like the strawberry banana shake, the turtle shake, or the Oreo.
When it feels lonesome tonight.
Join me for a burger big enough for the 2 of us. It's called a Big Jake Burger. This hunk of burning lord is 2 40-pound cheeseburgers. That's a half-pound of charred broiled ground steak, topped with 2 slices of cheddar cheese, freshly cooked bacon, ketchup, mayo, mustard, pickles, lettuce, and tomatoes on a sesame seed bun.
Jake's Over the Top now has slow-roasted pork. Try our new slow-roasted pork sandwich, loaded with slow-roasted pork, pepper jack, cheese, barbecue sauce, lettuce, tomatoes, and fried onion strings. Served on a hot deli roll for only $3.49. At Jake's, we don't stop at the top.
Driving in my truck, my broken down truck. I needed some wheels in a bad way. But my credit's kind of weak. My ex-wife took my cheek and ran off with my lawyer at Central Bay. I went through Open Sales for a deal that really well. Service and selection and the best. Open's really sweet. Their prices can be beat. Open Sales will finance you today. So if you're driving in your car, you're aching, breaking car, and you need some new wheels right away, Oak will hook you up. They got me my new truck. They'll finance you, so come on down today. Yeah, come to Open Sales for a deal that really will.
Call 1-877-LOW-BOOK. Operators are standing by. Low Book Sales. High volume, low prices.
Hi, welcome back to New Orleans, where the Stingers fell to the Zephyrs tonight by a final score of 10-4. Let's find out what else happened under the lights tonight of the PCL and Major League Baseball, brought to you by GE Lighting and the new Reveal light bulb. You can check out the Reveal bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. First of all, in the Pacific Coast League, they're in the 7th inning now at Oklahoma. The Red Hawks leading Edmonton by a score of 9-4. In the 6th inning at Colorado Springs, the Sky Sox lead Las Vegas 4-0. In the 7th at Tacoma, Iowa leads the Rainiers 5-1. Looks like Albuquerque's winning streak will be snapped at 6. Tucson pounding the Isotopes in New Mexico tonight, 12-1. After 3 in Fresno, the Grizzlies lead Nashville 5-0. After 2 in Portland, the Beavers lead Omaha 2-0. And after 2 innings in Sacramento, the River Cats lead Memphis 1-0. In the American League, 1 game, Toronto rallies with 1 in the 8th and 1 in the 10th to beat Anaheim 6-5. Frazier the winner 2-1. Ben Weber the loser 0-2. For the Angels, home runs by Vladimir Guerrero, Jose Guillen, and Jeff Devannon. In the National League, Florida topped Arizona 13-5. Carl Pavano the winner 2-4. Brandon Webb the loser. Or I should say Carl Pavano the winner 4-2. Brandon Webb the loser 2-4. Pearson, Finley, and Bautista homer for the Diamondbacks. Go 9 for the Marlins. Atlanta shut out Montreal 5-0. John Thompson the winner 3-2. Zach Tay the loser 3-5. Andrew Jones hits his 9th and 10th home runs of the year for Atlanta. Katie Drew hits his 8th. Cincinnati tops Houston 7-5. Riedling the winner 3-0. Brad Litz the loser 0-3. Danny Graves collects his 21st save for Cincinnati. For the Reds, Ken Griffey hit his 10th home run of the year. Sean Casey his 6th, and Austin Kearns his 3rd. Orlando Palmeiro hits his 2nd for the Astros. Lance Berkman with his 10th. And the Eastern Conference Finals and the NBA playoffs are now tied at 1. Rasheed Wallace's guarantee comes true as the Pistons beat the Pacers 72-67. Games 3 and 4 move to the Motor City. And that's a look at your out-of-town scoreboard. Back with some of the scoring highlights of tonight's game after this on ESPN 1230.
Why is a Built Right fence the best fence? That's easy. At Built Right Fence, they install every kind of fence. Vinyl, cedar, iron, chain link, and aluminum.
And now we couldn't be happier with our fence in our beautiful backyard.
With Built Right, you'll find the best prices.
The materials alone were far less than big box hardware stores.
And Built Right has the guaranteed best installers in Utah.
We got the vinyl fence we wanted and a lifetime guarantee.
Hi, this is Robert from Built Right Fence. At Built Right Fence, we design it, install it, and back it with Built Right's lifetime guarantee.
While some companies won't guarantee their installation, Built Right does. Materials and workmanship.
We called a lot of places, and Built Right was right.
More choices, best quality, best prices, and a lifetime guarantee. What could be better than that? How about your choice of a free arbor or free trellis with a complete fence installation? Call Built Right toll-free at 1-888-BUILT-RIGHT. That's right spelled with a W, as in write it down. 888-BUILT-RIGHT.
This is the last week for this special offer. Call today.
To the podium and spokesman Joey McDonald.
Karen Pullman's Training Center will be opening the first week of June.
Yeah, you said before the new center will be 16 lanes?
Right, 16 lanes, built to the standards of Junior Olympic bowling master instructor and USA Bowling silver coach Karen Pullman.
What's become of the current Karen Pullman Pro Shop?
Until the new center opens, the Ivy Place Shopping Center Pro Shop remains open with huge discounts on all in-stock clothing items. Also note the new center will contain the Bowling Pro Shop department store with a huge selection from all the manufacturers, including eBoit, Hammer, Storm, Rotogrip, Columbia, and Brunswick.
What about Karen Pullman's legendary embroidery?
The new center will have over 3,000 square feet to create your custom embroidered letter jackets and uniforms for teams and businesses.
Good news. Call 554-5220 to register now for fall leads. That's 554-5220. We'll have more in a moment.
All right, welcome back to New Orleans, where the crowd is emptied out, but with 2,091 on hand, it didn't take very long for that to take place. Several went home early as the Zephyrs left really nothing to doubt in this one, with 1 out and nobody on in the bottom of the first inning of a scoreless game. Chris Burke hit the first of 3 doubles on the night. Then Royce Huffman hit a sharp one hopper that handcuffed Victor Gutierrez at short, reflecting off his glove into center field for an error, scoring Burke from second base on the play, and that made it 1-0 Zephyrs. Emmanuel, the 1-0. Swung on, shot on one hop, off the glove of Gutierrez into center field. Rounding third and heading for home is Chris Burke. He will score, and it's 1-0 New Orleans on a one-hopper off the glove of Gutierrez. It's deflected into center field. It's going to be ruled an error on the shortstop Victor Gutierrez, and it's 1-0 New Orleans. So 1-0 New Orleans at that point, and then Ryan Thompson works the count to 3 balls and no strikes, and one of the themes on this game early on was green light on 3-0. As Emmanuel's pitch delivered. Green light on 3-0, and it's a high drive to deep left center. Sorensen going back. It's up there, and it is gone. A 2-run home run for Ryan Thompson, and it's 3-0 New Orleans. So 3-0 New Orleans at that point. Then in the second inning, Rob Ryan led off, and the count went to 1-0. Now the pitch. Swung on, driven into deep right field. Gordon going back, still going back. It's up there, and that one is gone. A line drive home run to right by Rob Ryan, and it's now 4-0 New Orleans. So 4-0 Zephyrs at that point. Then in the third inning with 1 out, Ryan Thompson walked on 4 straight pitches. Then Brandon Emmanuel made it 7 straight pitches out of the strike zone. And so with the count 3-0, it was John Buck's turn to pass go. Emmanuel ready, the pitch. Swung on, the green light on 3-0, and he skies it to left. Thrower going back, still going back. It's up there, and it's gone. A 2-run home run for John Buck, and now it's 6-0 New Orleans. So 6-0 New Orleans. Then in the fourth, an RBI double by Chris Burke made it a 7-0 ball game. Stingers finally getting on the board in the 6th inning. With 1 out, Victor Gutierrez walked. Zach Sorensen singled him with 2 out. Jake Thrower doubled them both home, and that made it a 7-2 ball game. But then the Zephyrs came right back with 3 of their own in the bottom of the 6th after 2 out and nobody on base. Burke doubled. Huffman doubled him home. Thompson singled in Huffman. And then 2 batters later, Hyatt singled in Thompson. And that made it a 10-2 ball game. Stingers get 2 in the 7th on an RBI double by Javi Rodriguez and a run-scoring single by Victor Gutierrez. But it was too little, too late, as the Zephyrs come out on top here tonight by a final score of 10-4. We'll let you know who our Ace Hardware MHP of the game was for the Stingers tonight, and we'll also preview tomorrow's second game of the series right after this final timeout on ESPN 1230.
Pick up in the front lot.
Oh, the world of credit. Why is it that a cathedral, a wave of a storm, a dancer's leap, and your credit score is never as high as we hope?
So is 120 really bad?
Welcome to the Mark Marine Minutes, your no-nonsense answers to your car buying and credit questions.
Hi, Mark Marine here with Marine Credit Systems. Here's what my car dealership does. The no-nonsense, no-decision doing business theory. I believe a customer should never have to make a decision. I believe it is my responsibility as the dealer to provide all the information and all of the explanations free of charge so you, the customer, can do what's obvious for you and your priorities. I want you to hear about it, I want you to understand it, and I think I'm obvious.
Wow. Call Marine Credit Systems now at 467-9980. Marine Credit Systems, 467-9980. 467-9980.
Many people are afraid of computers, intimidated. Ooh, what if I hit the wrong button, or I download a virus, or something breaks and I lose everything? If that's your worry, turn to Superior Computers for laptop or desktop computers, even computer networks. Superior Computers custom builds every computer to meet the user's needs for games or internet or sound and video editing. Superior Computers Computers uses only the best components, and here's the part that lets you sleep at night. Superior Computers warranty covers viruses, user errors, data backup, hardware failures, and more for the life of the machine. Buy a Superior laptop or desktop computer and never pay for service. Plus, get a 4-year warranty on all parts. With coverage like that and a system built to your needs, you'll never make a fatal computer misstep. That's a Superior Computer, #1 in custom-built computers. Visit Superior Computers online at SuperiorPCSystems.com or shop in Ogden, Layton, Brigham City, and celebrate the grand opening in Sandy at 109th South and State. All locations are celebrating during May with huge discounts and lots of giveaways.
Well, here in New Orleans, or actually to be technical, Metairie in the suburb of New Orleans, where the ballpark is situated. The Salt Lake Stingers suffer their 7th consecutive loss as they fall to the Zephyrs by a final score of 10-4. Time now for our Ace Hardware MHP of the game. And that's brought to you by your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Ace, the helpful place. Well, not much you can say really in a 10-4 ball game, but we're going to give it to Alex Pelaez again. He went 2 for 4, including a double. Made a couple of great diving efforts as well on plays at first base, showing that he's still giving it all, despite the downward spiral turn that the Stingers have taken. So a pretty good effort on the part of Alex Pelaez tonight, doing his share, as did several others. But tonight we'll give it to Alex Pelaez as our Ace Hardware MHP of the game. So, coming up tomorrow, game 2 of the series. Stingers hoping that there's a light at the end of this dark tunnel. It'll be right-hander Chris Butchek for the Stingers with a record of 2-3 against the knuckleballer from Kearns High School, Jared Fernandez, who actually did not develop that knuckleball until later on in his career. Well, after he was at Kearns, as he told me last year, knuckleballs don't work very good in the altitude of Salt Lake City. Fernandez with a record of 1-1. Game time tomorrow, 6:05 Mountain Time. We'll be on the air at 5:45 with the on-deck circle. So we hope you'll join us, and hopefully we'll have better news for you tomorrow night here at Zephyr Field. Once again, the final score. And by the way, our thanks to Adrian Denny back in our studios in Salt Lake City, and our thanks to you for listening. In 2 hours, 43 minutes, and in front of 2,091, the final score. The New Orleans Zephyrs 10 and the Salt Lake Stingers 4. I'm Steve Krauke saying good night and so long to the Big Easy.
The 10th Inning Show on ESPN 1230 AM. Be sure to join us after every Stingers game for the 10th Inning Show on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
And thanks again for joining us tonight for Stingers